the main reason to watch that TV show was that opening. It's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. A lot to get to over the weekend. The Stable Genius, the playoff games, the big game tonight that the Stable Genius will be attending because it's two red states playing.
Nice.
And he feels nice and comfortable there.
He'll be well liked.
He will not be going to the Golden State Warriors this game, though. Just tons of shit over the weekend, but I'm a little upset I'm the only one wearing a black dress today. Do we not care?
Oh, I didn't know we were still doing that today.
It is a way for just Hollywood to celebrate themselves and their empathy through hot fashion. God, if Hollywood could stop being proud of themselves for 2 minutes.
Well, you know the thing I was wondering yesterday when I saw everyone. Well, the initial shock of when I turned it on and saw all of them doing it. I thought, oh, you're going to see a lot of women. Yeah. But I did not think that you were going to just see like a sea of black dresses like that, which was pretty crazy. But then immediately I started wondering, is it in poor taste to do your traditional best and worst dress list when it comes to, they were all wearing black to honor.
Who'd want to R her anyway? I was just out of my way. There was some woman wearing a purple dress that I'd never seen. Somebody's fucking wife, I guess, who doesn't really follow the news.
There was also an actress who I don't even know who she was, but she was wearing like a bright red revealing plunging neckline kind of dress, and I was like, that's so fun. I mean,
there were plenty of sexy black dresses there.
There was plenty of see-through and very showy black dresses. But you know, when I said that, okay, here she is on the right, and I have no idea who she is, but she's got one whole titty out, which is great.
It's Bianca Blanco is her name.
I don't know who that is.
Maybe Jen knows what she's famous for. If we get, there is a fucking, just a tit out.
Just one whole titty's just hanging right out.
Page 6 is just putting out, here are the people who did not wear black. And that's the other thing that we do is make sure, like, first of all, there's not a fucking single AIDS ribbon. We're off that completely.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is there was a Time's Up pin also, and the woman in the middle, who I believe is the president of the Foreign Press, was wearing the pin, but they were like, she didn't wear black. I'm like, she had the pin. She talked about it. That wasn't enough.
That's not enough. That's not enough. Now, see if Jen knows who Benny Blanco from the Bronx is and why she killed Al Pacino. Do you know who this woman is?
I've never seen her before.
Well, she's done in this town.
Bianca Blanco. I have no idea who that is.
Isn't it Blanco mean white?
It does mean white.
Then why didn't she wear white? That would have been fucking cool as shit.
They're like, look, this is my thing.
Yeah, I'm Blanco.
I can't get off brand.
And then that fucking crazy woman who did our show from I, Tanya.
Yes.
She came in a crazy dress with a bird on it, right? Which, by the way, in the fucking movie, she has a big bird, right?
Yeah.
No one has seen this fucking movie. So she just shows up with a bird on her fucking shoulder, like, right?
Do you know, I have seen the movie and I didn't get it. I totally forgot she had a bird in the movie. It's a very minor part of the movie. So I was like, what? Why does she do that?
What is that woman's name again?
Allison Janney.
She's fucking nuts.
She's crazy, yeah.
She is nuts. She's a tall drink of water who, I guess, is that a black and white dress?
Yeah. Hers is black, white, and see-through in places.
She's fucking crazy.
Cut out. There's little cookie cutouts.
And then she thanked the bird in her acceptance speech.
She's out of her mind, man.
Yeah, she's crazy.
She's legal weed.
By the way, I checked, and some people are doing best and worst dresses. And this is my favorite, is anytime someone's having too much coverage, they're like, just because you're honoring sexual assault doesn't mean you have to be depressing.
Do you know what that is true?
Wait, what?
That's true. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, you do have to stay hot in this fucking business because guess what? You're 28 and counting.
I mean, you got to keep up with Bianca Blanco over here.
Blanco.
I like that the guys had to wear black shirts because their tuxedos are already black.
Those dudes. First of all, there was at least 2 fucking people in that room have been accused of shit before. Christian Slater. And and James Franco, and then they fucking give a standing ovation to a guy that was accused of fucking raping Natalie Wood, Kirk Douglas.
So horrible. I didn't know that until he told me. He texted me that last night, and I was like, oh my God.
Not, first of all,
how did they, like...
All the old school guys violently raped people. Including...
That was the biz.
Including a former president of the United States. Ronald Reagan was accused. Like, back then, no one knew how to properly, how to have out-of-marriage sex. So rape was the only way of doing it. But it goes to show how fucking clueless Hollywood is. Now, here's more cluelessness out of the left. Oprah's fucking cookie cutter speech has all the news people talking today. That was a moment. First of all, she said nothing that anyone else didn't. She just took her time saying it. Two, why wouldn't you say, oh my God, imagine how nutty this will be. We'll have two fucking celebrities running against each other. What are we, nuts? Because that's how I feel. But no, they're like, this could happen.
Yeah, I'm very shocked the amount of friends that I have who are texting me about it and tweeting about it like, guys, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't think that that's the answer, is another celebrity TV president, but...
Let me just tell you this. It ain't going to happen because Oprah doesn't have the fucking thick enough skin to go around and get beat up all over the country. She just doesn't. Go back. Again, there's no one on fucking TV that has a memory of 8 years ago. I remember when Barack Obama won. That was supposed to be Hillary Clinton's year, right? Oprah books Barack Obama at this fucking arena. He could never get an arena on his own. She went, opened the fucking show for him. And, you know, he's like Oprah. They both can handle a big room. So it suddenly got the heat going in his way. Oprah immediately starts being attacked by Clinton women and the wives of every fucking right-wing guy that there is. She fucking bails out, doesn't get involved anymore. Yeah. She did not help him the second time. Just, you know, fuck it. Because she doesn't like fucking people not loving her. She likes when people treat her like she did last night. But that isn't all you get when you run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most of the time, people are literally throwing feces at you.
And the people who were applauding you a minute ago turn on you. You have to be like ready for one mistake to everyone hate you for.
That's exactly right. So I don't think she's got it. She just doesn't. And she doesn't run the Oprah fucking company. You know what I mean? What is she? First of all, not only should she not be president, but there was no reason to give her the Cecil B. DeMille award. She doesn't have a great career in Hollywood other than being a talk show host. She was in The Color Purple. Give me another fucking great role that she did.
I didn't see it, but she did the Selma movie a couple years ago.
So even if those are the two, and by the way, it looked a lot like, I didn't see the Selma movie either, but I'll throw that in.
Right.
So that gives you two. How many more women in that fucking room last night should have gotten that award?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they've had a long history of being in that business. Oprah's had a history of being in the talk. If there's a talk show award, give it to her.
Now, here's the thing. I don't dislike Oprah. I think it's great that Oprah is a billionaire. I think it's a wonderful story that she pulled herself up and made this empire on her own. It's a great story. I thought that the Reese Taylor stuff that she talked about was really strong and powerful. But other than that, I think it was just like a speech that I thought a lot of women stood up there and said similar things. And, you know, I didn't think that it stood out other than that. But again, it's like, what are those things where you're going, okay, just because you like someone or you're comfortable with them, would you want them to fly your plane? You know what I mean? Like, just because they have celebrity or you find them likable or you wish you could meet them doesn't necessarily mean that they will make a great president, or it doesn't make them a politician. And it feels crazy to have to explain this to the left, who should realize why that doesn't make sense. The
left is every bit as nutty as the right. There's no fucking... We just have different kinds of crazy, but it's still fucking crazy. It's still crazy. And the speech that she gave basically said nothing. It was just in that tone, that old school tone, and Obama always knew how to turn that on. That you're like, oh, this is,
Yeah.
This reminds me of Martin Luther King. This is fucking great.
There was one moment where she did the Oprah voice and she was like, time's up. Time's up. And I thought it was going to turn into like, your time's up. Your time's up.
Yeah,
your
point
time's
some
up.
people out.
I was like, she's going to go really Oprah right now.
It would have meant a lot more to me than if any woman or man in that room said, I sucked a cock to get a roll before. Because it's well known that a lot of people have. You know what I mean? That's not the same as rape or whatever. People are like, hey, should we celebrate with a quick blowjob? And they were like, yeah, if that's what gets me the roll, I'll fucking definitely do it. But no one ever brings that up. No one's ever saying, I did blow a couple people till I didn't have to anymore.
It was worth it.
Yeah,
and I'd like to work towards a world where we don't have to do that. But I did
even
it.
If not, even if not, just like, hey, that was my advantage. I know a lot of guys who will fucking hang out and drink with the boss, right? Should anyone have to do that? Should anyone be forced to fucking hang out and drink with the boss? But most salespeople do that kind of shit. They will fucking say, oh, this Saturday I'm going sailing with a client. You shouldn't have to do that, but that's the shit people do. They don't even fucking bring this up. Working sucks as it is.
I think that's why most people play golf, as far as I can tell. It seems like a networking sport.
But what Oprah does well is the same thing that Donald Trump does well. They're a good salesman. They're a good broadcaster. They're a good presenter. Very few of Oprah's thoughts were ever Oprah's thoughts. She just went around. She's like Tony Robbins. She took people's stuff and said, look, this is great. This will get up and visualize every single day. To this day, we don't know whether that works or not. But when you're low, you love hearing that there's something you can do every day. I have no... how is that any different than the power of prayer? Mm-hmm. If someone said, get up every day and pray, and your thing will come to you, you're like, you're a little nuts. But the visualization and the fucking tapes that you listen to, everyone's like, well, that's pretty cool. That's self-help. Nuts. They're fucking Last night's show was insane. Paul, in Jersey, what's up?
Hey, guys. You said it best. I'm a registered Democrat, and I'm just watching that show last night. I was thinking, did someone just drop acid? Who's wearing a dress? Who's not wearing a dress? Who's wearing a pin? Who's not wearing a pin? And my question for you guys, wouldn't it be better if all these actresses and actors got together and maybe didn't show up instead of just wearing a black dress? Would that do? I feel like this is slacktivism, just putting on a dress.
Well, I mean, it's almost like that thing where, hey, we're jogging for, I don't know, whatever fucking, we're jogging for diabetes. Do I have to jog or can I just fucking, you know what I mean? Do I have to? I mean, that's a long way for me to walk and it's my Saturday. There's a ball game. But it's that thing where you act like everyone now has to jog for something or fucking, whatever. It's just,
I feel like it's all for show.
Yeah, everything is for show. I mean, you were correct mostly when you said this is a country on acid. This is a country who is so fucking bizarre right now that you get up the next morning after watching something like that. And I watched CNN, just the whole panel. This was a moment. Oprah grabbed the moment, and that's what she does. This reminds me of when, they're bringing up some other politicians. You're like, but she's not. This isn't her fucking business. It's crazy to sit here and act like This is what America needs. Oprah or Tom Hanks or Donald Trump.
Well, I want to clarify too. I'm not against people using their celebrity as a platform to say, hey, I'm going to receive this award, and just so you know, this is important to me, or this is how I feel about the industry. I think that that's fine, and I think that that's very expected, particularly in award shows. It happens every time, and whatever the cause is of the moment, that's what people take the opportunity to do. The thing that I'm most confused about is how the media and just the general public have taken this, and they're running with it, and they're like, she should be president. And I'm like, well,
here's the deal.
This is
here's
strange.
The deal. It's the Hollywood foreign press. This has been the most corrupt thing in the history of the fucking planet. Well, now I'm hyping. But this is don't always be corrupt.
Right.
You invite those people. This goes back to the 1930s. You fucking give them a big meal. You give them alcohol. You throw them a fucking envelope full of money. And then they write back to Czechoslovakia that everyone should see this movie. It's great. For them to give out an award for anything has always been, but we always thought the Golden Globes were hilarious. For years, people used to be drunk at that. They didn't dress up. They didn't make a big deal out of it. It was another party.
Yeah.
So for Oprah to get a fake award from a fake place to then act like she had a fucking TV show for 25 years. She never did anything on this stuff. Never.
Yeah.
What the fuck now? Last night? And we're supposed to be happy that this shit broke out? Woody Allen's stepdaughter, whatever that was, that she was writing, what the fuck? This is the people talking about this? What the fuck are you talking? She was tweeting the whole night. Rose McGowan was tweeting, what are you? There's nothing real about last night. It doesn't even signify what the Oscars are going to do.
Yeah,
because these
true.
are crazy people picking these awards. I thought I didn't see The Disaster Artist. Did you, Vito?
Yeah, I saw it.
What does that guy do? What's his name?
Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah.
All right, let me just say this. When James Franco fucking invited him up and then shoved him,
Yeah.
I can't believe people weren't offended by that.
Yeah.
That looked like, let's dump fucking pig blood on him because he thinks he matters.
People thought it was great. No one thought it was weird.
I saw a lot of tweets that, like, people were talking about it yesterday, that it was like a weird thing, but I thought it was like extra bizarre, and it did seem like really bullying. Like, why'd you invite?
Physically pushed him.
Why'd you invite him? Why'd you invite him up then? I mean, I know he's crazy, but why did you invite him then?
Yeah, then you invite him on stage, and then when he goes to talk, you're like, oh no, you don't matter, and I'm gonna fucking. First of all, whatever nutty thing that guy would have said probably would have been the best thing of the night. But as we're sitting around wearing black dresses about dignity and stuff like that, you have one fucking person fucking lay hands on another. Oh, forget this. I can't. I feel.
Let me tell you just one other thing that bugged me this morning that I was seeing that people were upset about. So I really liked Get Out. I thought that it needed a Best Director nomination, as well as I thought Greta Gerwig needed a Best Director nomination. But the winners of the Best Picture, one being in that category, was Lady Bird, which was directed by a woman, written by a woman, about a women's story. And then the other one was Three Billboards, which had a lead female role about, finding justice for a rape victim. Rape murder victim. And then I was looking and people were like infuriated that Get Out was like, didn't get nominated. And what's Three Billboards? This is stupid. And I'm like, well, hold on. Like, I understand that you're saying this needed to be honored, but you're talking about two movies that had women at the center. It's kind of weird.
Why don't we just fucking vote for the best fucking movie? Get Out is not the type of movie that wins a fucking award. It's a silly fucking movie. I don't know what's going to win the Oscar this year, but it would be weirder if you gave it to get out, which people can't figure out whether it's a comedy or whatever the hell it is. It's a fun movie.
It's a great movie, but it's not. It doesn't feel like. I'm glad that it showed up, and I do think that
it might be a great movie, but it's not a great film. You know what I mean? It's not the kind of film that you say it's the end of the year and here's the best that we put out. This is a ridiculous. What are you getting this off of Twitter?
Yeah, there was this big Twitter article where they like pulled all people who were like complaining about 3 billboards winning, which is so funny because that's not even, they weren't even up against each other.
I know
because
Joe
they
List hates it. We got to have him in one day. All right, where is the stuff that the comics tweeted, Chris? That was the stuff that you promised me.
All right, this is Check Our Feed. Comedians react to the Golden Globes. See what they thought of Seth, Oprah.
Yeah, let's see some of them. Are any of these funny? I don't know what I'm looking at here.
I'm going down to the good one. Here's Doug Benson talking about Seth Meyers. Everyone's very pro Seth Meyers here. They love this monologue.
Okay. Anyway,
that's what he said.
And this is the stuff.
You're being crazy. Sarah wrote, Sarah Colonna, who is the purple, she's like, shit, I got to start checking my emails. How long, Neil Brennan says, how long do you think Nicole Kidman has to wait to get Keith Urban to get ready when they go to events like this? Sean Connolly, hey, while we're updating attitudes towards women in Hollywood, could we also update the Golden Globes in between music? That was really annoying to me that you want to fucking play off Frances. Why?
Oh, I know. Oh, that was so bizarre. Frances gets dumped 3 times and she wasn't cursing. First time, I think she said Fox Searchlight, and I think they thought she said fuck. And then the other time she said shift, not shit.
Keep going. You got to find a Colin in here somewhere. All right, Eliza Schlesinger. Tommy, what's the guy's name?
Wiseau.
We made the disaster artist and we want you to be at the Golden Globes. What? No, you can't sit at our table. That's too much. That is not a joke anymore. It's too real. For real. Kevin Pollak was, I don't know what. Oh, yeah, he was in Mrs. Maisel and he didn't show up last night. Can we keep moving these? I want to at least find a Colin in there somewhere. Anyway. Vito, you were so fucking funny with that impression of Chris Stanley yesterday that I didn't know who was who. And I'm not making that up at all.
Particularly that first one, I think we were outside. It was really cold. It took me so long to figure out.
Yeah, I started one off in the piers just with my hat on, with my glasses, and smoking a cigarette.
There is no difference between you two.
I didn't see a
The
resemblance.
same person.
You guys are brothers. Just deal with it.
I'm not. There's not much resemblance there. He has much worse sunglasses.
Dude, let me tell you something. And this is a fucking complete shoot. Adele at the stand says to me, Ron, I don't know whether you'd want to get involved in this or not, but I always consider myself a matchmaker. She goes, I have this friend. If Chris or Vito would like to go out with, I really think she sees no difference between Chris and Vito.
Oh my God.
And I'm saying absolutely.
This is so funny. I've never heard of that. Of just like, I know you have 2 friends. I can't really tell them apart, but I think this person would be great for either of them.
Insulting.
I'll take the compliment.
Now, here's the thing. She goes, no, my friend is 40. I go, that's perfect.
Uh-huh.
And she goes, how old is Vito? I go, I really don't know. I think he's somewhere around 40. She goes, seriously? I go, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Close enough.
And then finally she goes, what's his exact age? I go, well, he's a very old 24.
I'm 25
goes,
now.
what about the other one, Chris? I go, Chris would be perfect, but he is, he's in love right now.
I'm taken.
I'm 25 now, though, so if that makes a difference, just let me know.
Congratulations to you, quarter century.
It's a big deal, so tell that 40-year-old.
You're supposed to be having your quarter fucking meltdown, too.
Yeah.
It's already happening.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why I was wearing those sunglasses and feeling like Chris Stanley.
What's that supposed to fucking mean? I look great.
You look like Vito.
Yeah.
There's no fucking difference between you two.
I mean, he doesn't see any problem with saying you two look alike. I don't know why you do.
Let's do this. Put on his clothes tonight and go to his house and see how long before his mom figures it out.
Just don't do anything weird with Leslie.
Hey, Leslie, got any chicken parm for me?
Wait a minute. Why would you say don't do anything weird? Do you?
No, but I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
Oh my God.
He was insulting my mom on his Instagrams.
Don't kiss my mom like I do.
Yeah, that's a family.
Colin Quinn, we finally got Colin Quinn's tweet. And thank you for getting it, Chris.
No problem.
You didn't get it. I had to have it sent to me. Lady Bird won Best Drama. What about the Jim Norton movie, Man Bird? Then if you just look at one below that, he writes this. The people who know best are saying this year could be it for me.
I love that so much.
Then he also writes this. People who say these days the jokes write themselves. That's a figure of speech and it's disrespectful to stand-ups. We write the jokes. Every joke we handcraft is for you people to laugh at. If you don't laugh, we feel bad. But I'm not giving you your money back, so don't even ask. Daniel, what's up?
Hey, Bennington.
Hey.
Hey, y'all were talking about the Golden Globes and all the black dress stuff. Something I found funny was Elizabeth Moss was wearing her black dress and she accepted her award, but she's a part of Scientology, and how much crap are they accused of?
Well, I don't, I mean, you could say that a Catholic can't wear their black dress.
That's
because
a good point.
The priest have raped some people. I like the way now they're showing Oprah again. The way people look at Oprah when she talks. And the way little kids look at Santa Claus.
Yeah, they do. And they are crazy about Oprah.
Laura Dern was shaking and going, oh my God, she's right. About what? About what?
I'd feel that way if I was around Laura Dern. Oh my God.
Your parents. Her parents are probably sitting home going like this. I was a fucking celebrity before anybody. Stallone's daughter in the thong bodysuit, as we're talking about this kind of stuff, was the big explosive thing on the iBang over the weekend. And she's just fantastic.
She's the best.
She's in a Borat-like costume.
Yes, it is.
That it's like a sexy Borat, essentially.
Nice.
She, by the way, probably weighs 78 pounds.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to look thin in video wearing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's too much to ask for.
There's not a lot of curvature to the body. This is a slight lady.
What is her point? Because what she's doing, you don't exercise on those kind of boots.
Yeah.
Not sure what she's selling or what she's promoting here.
This
No, I
looks
don't
like
think-
a titty bar where you're not allowed to get nude, and you just have to come up with different stuff to do.
She's a go-go dancer.
I also really don't recommend working out in those earrings. That's like a tragedy.
I'm
waiting
a
to happen.
big hoop earring person, though.
Her lunge form is really good, though.
Yeah, but like it'd be easy to lunge if you were that light.
And the
She's
collar.
lunging nothing.
She also
What's the collar do for her?
I don't know.
it's a heart rate monitor.
But I like that it seems like you're going to be selling something at the end, like selling the boots or something, but it's not selling
She should
anything.
just say, my dad did create one masterpiece after Rocky, and it's me. And then her dad just bought a Rocky fucking statue that he keeps in his house.
This same company, Love Advent, that's making these videos, also did one with Haley Baldwin, Stephen Baldwin's daughter.
But what do they make? What do they do?
They just do hot celebrity daughters is their business?
I don't know what Love Advent is. They're just making these videos for everyone. And it looks like they're focusing on
let's
daughters.
see Stevie Baldwin's daughter.
All right, here's Haley Baldwin. She's in a boxing ring.
Wait, what's the other Baldwin's girl's name?
Oh, they should have had Stallone's daughter in the boxing ring.
Yeah, they're not making sense.
So she's just like on a balance ball in the middle of a ring in lingerie.
Is this the one that he had... Wait, this is...
Stevie.
Which Baldwin? Steve, okay.
And I think she's friends with like the Jenners. Or Taylor Swift.
Isn't Alex Baldwin's daughter named Haley?
I think it's Ireland.
Okay. I don't know why Haley seems so fucking...
Is that the one he called like a little bitch or something?
A little piggy or something.
Call her pig.
So
but she did grow up to be quite the looker.
This is part of a hot lady advent calendar.
Calendar? What fucking
They're selling
year
a
is this?
calendar?
No, like every day they release a new hot lady video.
Yeah, but you're not making... We're trying to find out what the fucking business is.
So it's free, though.
Yeah, the advent calendar is free online. It's
So
Love Magazine.
What's Love Magazine?
Last night, HQ went over 1 million.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
And Lag Daddy wasn't even there.
I couldn't believe Daddy doesn't even show up to the big night with 10,000 G's.
And I got the first answer right, and they kicked me the fuck out. It was bullshit.
You know that we're struggling trying to make this app work, Chris. Maybe if you could just fucking work along with us, it would be okay.
I always feel like if Scott is not hosting, I always go out really early. I always feel like it's a jinx, like I'm throwing off my game. I like his pacing. I'm used to it.
I made it to 11 the other day. That's the furthest I ever got. And people are like, oh, that's too bad. I go, I'm very proud to have made it to 11. Because there was 2 guesses in there. There's 2 outright guesses. I don't know, that HQ, this thing, and I think the reason why they pumped up is you get an extra life now if you invite a friend.
Oh, yeah. So now people are doubling down.
I'm not going to be proud if I win with an extra life. I want to win with just the one life, you know? If I don't get it, fine. But if I make it, I want to feel like I did it the right way, okay? My way.
By the way, HQ just reminded me, I started watching Black Mirror this weekend. The new
is that right?
season. I watched the first 3 episodes, which I think the third one is the one you said you liked.
And I think Wait, what was that about?
The third one is about memories that are being extracted from the brain.
Yeah, that is the one I liked, and that's as far as I made it.
Yeah,
that one's fucking really weirded me out a little bit.
It's a little bit creepy, and I watched it at night, and then I was like actually feeling like I was gonna have nightmares. Like, you know, when you watch something just like a little too weird late at night, I'm like, oh.
I've been going through my insomnia thing, and I don't want to watch stuff without your mom, because then you have that thing of, what? You already watched it? Right. You know what I mean? So I just start watching The Good Doctor on Hulu. Can't believe I'm staying with it. Can't believe that this thing didn't come out in the 1970s. It's the #1 news show. And it's a kid who's on the spectrum, right? Uh-huh. And he's a good doctor. But like any 70s doctor show, it's not enough that he's the surgeon, but he's also there when the person gets shot. He's also there when the person has the you know what I mean? Like, his life is just completely tied in. You're just not like, hey, am I going to meet my surgeon? No, he's good though. That's the way it normally is. Or the surgeon just comes in a minute before and goes like this. Yeah, there shouldn't be any problem. I take hearts out of their chest all the time. You serious? Because for me, no, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's good to have a show like that where you don't have to watch. If you're in a couple, you don't have to watch together because you get held back. If you have like alone time, you can't like go and watch the show. And that's how the Great British Bake Off started out for me. And then he started watching it with me. And then it became a thing that like I couldn't watch an episode without him.
Chris, you and your chick that way?
No, I can watch without, but I don't mind watching again. It's fine with me. Like, I'm very...
Yeah, but it might not be fine with the other person.
She has brought that up. I was like, it's okay, I'll watch it again.
That's what we just asked you. Is she okay with you watching shows without her?
That's the problem. No one says that you can't watch something twice. But if you're sitting there and you're like nervous, and the person next to you is like, "Don't worry."
Right.
That's not good.
It's not fun if you're looking over and they don't have the same tension. Then you know, oh, this is going to work out.
Because, like, I think if you're in a couple, you never go see a movie. You know what I mean? And you certainly wouldn't go to a play, right?
Yeah.
But you can go to a sporting event. That doesn't make anybody upset.
Right.
Sporting event, go ahead. Off you go. Oh, great. Hey, me and my friends, we want to go to a concert. All right. Me and my friends, we want to go to a movie. What?
Excuse me?
You know I like movies. And we've got these new $10 cards. Vito, you got one of those, right?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Movie Pass.
And what movie theaters can't you go into?
I mean, right now it looks like pretty much any standard definition movie, so just as long as it's not 3D. The only one that I've looked up that I don't get is the Sinopolis on 23rd Street.
What about the Paris Theater? Look it up. Because that's the last New York fucking theater that you're like, oh, I feel like I'm in a real theater and not the suburbs. And what's the Sinopolis? That's the new place?
Yeah, it's just a new place on like 23rd and 8th.
The one that they were showing all the Paul Thomas Anderson films?
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
Yeah, the Paris is on here.
You can go to the Paris.
You could go to the Paris. So the way it works is you just like, you can't buy tickets in like a day in advance. You have to like be 100 yards within the theater day of, order the ticket, and then when you show up, you just use the card.
You gotta use a card? You can't even use your phone?
Now, here's my problem with this. Then what you're telling me is you can't get tickets in advance, so things can sell out.
No, I mean, you can get it like the day of, like if you're by the movie theater in the morning or something.
I mean, the only way to do this is to say, I'm not going to a Saturday night movie. You got to be like, I'm going to see a movie during the week. The only way this even matters is I'm going to see a movie that I'm on the fence about. You know what I mean? Because that's the only thing. Like,
and that happens to me a lot where you're like, there are movies that you're like, yeah, I'll see it, but maybe that's something worth waiting for when I'm at home or something like that.
Love her.
Love.
Hoda. Hoda just gave us a big thumbs up. I feel like she's Oprah's friend, but she's not.
Now I'd vote for.
I'd vote for Hoda
in a
heartbeat.
second.
Yeah. I wish Hoda would lead us in a strike. I'm amazed that she still comes over and does radio.
I know.
She's the co-host of the Today Show.
I know. Is she going to continue on here? It looks like yes. That sounds exhausting.
I know she's still doing even the 10 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Or is it 10 o'clock? Yeah, 10 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I think it's 10 or 11. I think it's 10.
It's 10.
7 to 9, and then she takes an hour break and then comes back at 10.
Yeah. He gets a little something to eat.
A snack.
Has a quick smoke.
Megan Kelly does her thing.
I've actually never even really seen Megyn Kelly on that show because that has been an advancement that I've never caught up on.
I have.
Is it weird or?
I hear like it's because she's not being the Megyn Kelly we know. She's like, today we're going to be talking about mixed drinks. And she'll drink something like, I'm keeping this one to get the applause. You know what I mean?
Like that?
You get that fake applause that you get from the audience.
Yeah, girl.
Sway.
That tastes like whiny. It's my time.
Time for my go-go juice.
Go, Queen.
Look, looks like I'm getting fucked up today. John Lewis in Texas.
What's going on? What's going on, Gail? What's going on, Ron?
Hey, man.
Big Chris, little Chris. How y'all doing? I can't complain. Hey, I wanted to let y'all know that last episode of Black Mirror was written by Penn Jillette. I didn't know till the very end, and it is fucking amazing.
Wait, which one is this? The one we talked about, or is there another one?
Well, I think there's one at the end. It's the one that takes place at like a rest stop out in the middle of the desert somewhere.
All right, don't even tell me anymore because I haven't seen it.
Must be last episode of the season.
Okay, I won't tell you anything about it, but I just want you to know it's written by Penn Jillette, and it's amazing. And Ron, one last thing.
Yeah.
You listened to my stand-up a little while back when I emailed you, and I wanted to say thank you for doing that. That meant a whole lot to me.
First of all, he said, I've only been doing this for 4 months, and I called him a bullshitter because he was just very comfortable on stage. But a lot of your material, you know, it's not going to play outside of Texas. You know what I mean?
Dude, there's been times where I'll go in and I'll start doing race material, right? And like I've had one time where it hasn't gone over, and I've been like, holy shit, dude. I didn't think I was going to have a non-racist Lubbock, Texas crowd. This is weird.
Yeah, or non-homophobic. But I always tell the young, don't even care about material. It doesn't follow you around forever. You know what I mean? You're going to keep writing stuff. Sure. But you're a funny guy. You're a fucking funny guy. Probably
Appreciate
not.
It, man. You mean a lot to me. You guys got me into this. I started listening to amazing comics that would come on here, and I was like, holy shit. You know, I had some stuff that I was going through a while back, and I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just try it out and see if it helps. And it's been really kind of like therapeutic for me and just like cool, you know? So I really appreciate it, Ron.
All right, buddy. Take care of yourself. Peace.
You, bye.
Now, Penn Jillette, this made me laugh. I saw 6 episodes of Crashing, the Pete Holmes show. And Pete is, a religious guy. I was going to say spiritual, but I don't even know if that's true. But he, a religious guy. And then he's sitting at the comics table with Penn Jillette, and Penn just brings up the atheist thing. And Pete is like this. Yeah, right. So in a second, his entire faith is gone. And I'm laughing so hard because that happened with Fez. After a lifetime of being his religious, I had one interview with Penn, and Fez was just like, my dad isn't in heaven. He's just gone. It's just done.
I had no idea that was the turning point for him. Was
100%.
Wow.
Penn Jillette unmasked. Now,
that floors me. I had no idea.
Yeah, and that's what made me laugh so hard when I was watching this, because it isn't like, oh, you've made some good points, I'm gonna consider them. It was just like, yep, you're right. No heaven. That's stupid. That's childish.
And I think that was real. It is a horrible thing, though, if you hear something that's that will like shake something, either faith-based or spirituality-based. Like, I had something that somebody said once that like really messed with me for years, and it took me a long time to just come to terms with it. And it was, the concept that the universe is expanding. I had read this thing like anything that is expanding will eventually, come back and collapse in on itself. So, whether you believe in an afterlife or how you view death or your spirituality, at some point there will be a true death, and that will be like a spiritual death. So no matter if there is an afterlife like that, all of this material will collapse back in on itself. And I was like, what? like that doesn't even leave room for anything.
Yeah, but then what happens next?
Expands again?
Yes. Okay. It's a heartbeat. The way I saw it immediately, it was just boom, boom. And that takes trillions of years or whatever it is anyway. I mean, I think once you've been alive for, I'll even say 1 billion years, once you've been conscious, you're just like, oh, I think I know everybody. I've read every book there is to read and done.
Just sleepy.
That used to really freak me out as a kid, thinking that the afterlife never ends and it just keeps going and going.
Sounds exhausting.
It just doesn't, like that there's no end and you're just every day is like, well, we got another fucking 3 billion years. Sounds awful.
I know. I want
die
no
again.
part of that. That's too much for me. I'll probably just spend, 100,000 years just sitting watching TV for a while.
Things you missed or second run?
Friday, February 9th, 8 o'clock, I'm going to be with Rich Voss and friends at the Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut. Go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org. It's me, Voss, and who else is doing? Oh, Jim Florentine.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a hilarious night. And then I'm going to be presenting Dan Perlman at Caroline's Breakout Series Tuesday, January 30th at Caroline's. Dan Perlman's going to be in later this week to explain that to us. I think on Thursday he's dropping in. This freaked out a lot of people that O.J. Simpson was at some tailgate party with Bills fans. And, until that moment that everyone would start, I forgot that he was an ex-Bill because he wasn't involved when the Bills made their run in the 90s because he'd already been murdering people and shit. But here's what I love. First of all, there's a guy just wearing a shirt that says the juice is on the loose as a white Bronco. Another Buffalo fan is wearing Zubaz, which is
great.
the most comfortable thing that you could wear outside. But, people just they're mad that he's there. He's like, he's out of jail now. He watches football. Now we're taking away
his team.
Yeah, I mean, he's out. I mean, that's
free man.
He probably just shouldn't have posed with the guy with the juices loose shirt. I think that was his only big mistake.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He loves it. He must have loved that guy that juices.
Or at least don't stand right next to him. Like have a buffer guy between you two.
I'll be honest. The thing I'm focusing on is what you said. The Zubaz. Are they coming back? I mean, what's happening?
Well, if you look, they're pretty faded. Everything is pretty faded. I mean, even his "Just Give Me One" is a '90s shirt, so he's completely dressed the way that he did during the awful Buffalo '90s, where they had the greatest team to keep losing Super Bowl after Super Bowl. And then that game was just so. I mean, two fucking teams, and neither one of them have a quarterback. And we're supposed to be sitting there watching it.
It was terrible. It was just so. It was just like bad football. It was just both teams are just garbage. There's no offense. It's
I can't see anyone beating the Steelers or Patriots in that. I mean, that's where it goes. Atlanta could certainly. Yeah, I think they could certainly beat the Eagles. I don't even know what the line on it is right now, right? I mean, they're the ones with an actual quarterback, and I think that the Saints could end up beating the Vikings.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll say this: that's probably the best chances the Vikings have of not going to the Super Bowl is the Saints.
All right, the Atlanta at Philadelphia. Eagles are +2.5, and then. Saints at Vikings. Vikings are -4. So the Eagles are getting points at home.
I understand what plus means. It's getting. So in this chance, either road team could fucking win that. Now, what's the AFC lines?
All right, Tennessee Titans at the Patriots. Patriots are -13.5. That's what it opened.
That's ridiculously big for a playoff game. And the other one?
And Jaguars at Steelers. Steelers are -7.5.
There's no way that the fucking Steelers won't win by more than 7.5. Except for you can't fucking, you know what I mean? Like everything seems.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you think it's going to be a crush, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I got money because I won the Powerball over the weekend. I won the single, yeah. I won the 540.
Holy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with the cash?
All Bitcoin.
Really?
Smart.
Then I'll have some real money.
Seems like I can't really tell what's happening with that.
I put $540 million into Bitcoin.
Oh my God.
I could end up with like 575. Well, here, Gail, I don't know whether you've seen the Daily News today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the title: Sloppy Steve cucks himself.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And then depicts him there holding a bouquet of roses to say sorry. Why is Cucks himself on
Don't
a
understand.
headline?
Because he acted like a bitch and came back for it.
Yeah.
But he learned a big lesson. I went to Breitbart, and even the Breitbart commenters were picking MAGA over Steve Bannon,
Really?
who I thought was their guy.
Yeah, I thought they would have stayed. They would have stayed loyal.
Trump is the fucking word. I think we've all learned that now. 100%. The stable genius is the fucking guy. And Bannon now says he regrets comments that he made in the book and regrets not responding to the book sooner.
Really?
He regrets everything. He had enough time to sit back and go, uh-oh, ain't nobody with me right now.
And then I didn't see exactly, but he kind of went back on the comments he made about Don Jr. too, right?
Everything.
Yeah.
He cucked himself.
Yeah, he
This
did.
is all you need to know. He fucking cucked himself. He watched Trump fuck his wife and gently jerked off while it happened.
And then the owners of Breitbart were the rumor was they were thinking about getting him out of Breitbart altogether. So he was fucking shitting a brick.
I don't know whether he was shitting a brick or not, or if any of those rumors were true. But he has walked back all the shit. He did not say I didn't say it. I was laughing because Trump acted like everything was fake in that book, except for fucking Sloppy Steve. That fucking shit happened.
I do like that Trump always makes a thing about when somebody turns on him, and then he always says, like, they come back groveling. He loves to say that. And here's a circumstance, like, it really seems like it happened that way.
It's happened with all the Washington people.
Yeah.
Little Marco.
Yeah.
Groveled his way back. Lion Ted groveled back. And I'm sure Crooked Hillary would if she thought there was something in it for him. Hey, Shane in Texas. Shane, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie B.
Hey.
I don't know if I could follow anybody as president when they're freestyling tacos at the dinner table and doing dances with a bunch of women. I don't know if you've seen that commercial on TV yet or not.
No, Oprah is...
Yeah, you got to check it out. It's called Freestyling. I guess some kind of diet she's promoting. And they're all eating tacos.
Taco diet?
She owns Weight Watchers. No,
right.
Yeah,
they're all a big part of it.
They're all dancing, you know how they do, like on Ellen and everything.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
All right, let me take a look at this. Thanks, Shane.
Welcome to my Freestyle Taco Fiesta! Who wants a taco?
How do y'all feel about the new Weight Watchers Freestyle program?
I love freestyle. You can have anything you want.
It's real food.
It's so much easier going out to eat now. It feels great.
You are living dangerously.
I'm living freestyle. Here's to freestyle!
The new Weight Watchers Freestyle program has over 200 foods that are 0 points. Now you can count less and enjoy more.
Alan, Sacramento.
Hey, Ron. Gail. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Hey, one of the headlines that got missed in this Steve Bannon thing is that Rebecca Mercer pulled the funding for his security detail.
Is it because of what he said about Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what she's saying is die.
Oh, my God.
I know that he was showing up with like 6 ex-Navy SEALs and stuff like that. And I don't know, I'm sure any of those guys are getting a lot of death threats.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny that I'm not paying for your fucking security anymore.
I need that security.
Yeah, well.
Should have thought of that.
Before you fucking totally cucked out. I find that to be a setback for Sirius XM.
Yeah.
I really liked it better when Steve Bannon was on top of the thing. And the difference between Steve Bannon and Donald Trump is Steve Bannon believes in something. He honestly does. And I told you guys that when you guys thought that he was the evil empire. And I'm like, I don't know, I've read his shit. There's some stuff that he really believes in. Doesn't mean I agree with him on everything, but I don't think that he's a madman or even saying, let's bomb other countries. There was nothing violent about what he was saying. He was basically doing hey, do we really need to solve the world's problems? Do we really need to fucking do all that? And let's build the infrastructure. He was a kind of America First guy. And that shit can get annoying, and he was like traditional values guys.
Yeah.
And that shit can get annoying. But, the one thing about getting older that you see that you don't when you're younger is that any change that you make, right? You leave in some good behind every single time. And when you're older, you're just like, but I don't want to change. I want to keep things the way. But there is, no matter what you do, you're leaving something good behind, even if you're doing something better. So I totally get why people, look, I see it in New York all the time. Every time, there's a change in New York for progress, you're losing some of the great old,
right?
Some of the reasons that you moved here. So I get it. I know we have to change certain things, but I get people who, are conservative about stuff like, hey, the old days were the best. And that's what Trump played to, make America great again, because people felt like, hey, things were better.
But that's what you feel is that Trump played to it. as opposed to Bannon, who believes it.
Bannon
lives
has
it.
real
Yeah.
things that he believes in, and we'll talk about them endlessly. And I thought he was pretty upscale about, I'm going to use Trump to get some of the things that I think have to happen. Even if you ever listen to Bannon, he doesn't ever expect to have a good day. He sees himself as somewhat the way that you might look back at the founding fathers, where they sacrificed to move the country along, right? He doesn't think that the change and the good happens immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he cucked. He fucking got down on his knees. And while Trump was banging his wife, he licked Trump's balls.
Oh my
and
God.
said to him, "Thank you. Thank you." I think Trump was really pissed about saying that his kids were fucking morons, too.
Yeah, he's protective. He's protective of those kids.
Yeah, he's known for that. Those kids had a great life before you ran for president. I think that the play of the weekend was Marcus Mariota throwing that touchdown pass.
Oh, that
to
was
himself.
so crazy. I couldn't believe that.
I've never seen it happen before, but apparently it has.
They're saying that something similar has happened because that's so wild looking.
Yeah. So here he is. He's about the 5-yard line. He's rolling out to his left. And he throws this pass. It's deflected. He catches the pass. He catches the deflection and runs it in for a touchdown. And that is a legal.
That's so wild.
play.
And I can't even imagine being able to think that fast. Like, I feel like by the time the ball ended up back in your hands, you'd be going, and now what? Because it's just like such a flash.
Well, he is, a world-class athlete, so the instincts of, it's like when you see guys catching line drives at third, you're like, how? You know what I mean? That ball was just, how'd you get that up in front of your face that fast? So he had the reflex, and he was already kind of moving forward. There wasn't, it was all like in less than a second, that play.
So wild. Look at it from this angle. It's really crazy.
It's up on the iBang as what, Chris?
Watch Marcus Mariota throw a TD pass to Marcus Mariota.
He actually changes his name in the middle of that, huh? Changes his goddamn name. Why don't we take a break here? It is a Monday on the Bennington Show. When we come back, we'll get Vito and Chris's pick for Alabama, Georgia. You were surprised that the line was so small, huh?
Yeah, I was a little shocked.
But first, how do you know it's time to switch to Dish and get hands-free TV with Amazon Alexa? If you've ever settled into your couch and then realized the remote was all the way across the room, it might be time to switch to Dish. That's because Dish is TV's leader in voice technology.
Now, with Dish, you can use Amazon Alexa to control your Hopper DVR using only your voice. With Dish and Amazon Alexa, you can do things like find your favorite shows, search for family movies, or find your team's game in an instant.
Tell Alexa to pause, resume, and rewind live TV and recordings without having to touch the remote. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the new way to watch TV hands-free with Dish. And Amazon Alexa requires internet-connected Hopper, Joey, or Wally in any Alexa-enabled Amazon device. For full details, call 1-844-CALL-DISH. Dish, tuned in to you. College football comes down to tonight, and the stable genius is going to be there. President of the United States, the first President of the United States before Oprah, Donald John Trump, will be, by the way, he's going to Tennessee right now to address a farmers group and then flying over to the game tonight to watch it. But, Big Chris and Little Chris, went all weekend. Chris went 2-2 over the weekend. And Vito, you went what, 1-3?
No, I went 2-2 as well.
Oh, okay. You told me 1-3, Chris.
You only picked the Chiefs.
All right, so 2-2.
No, I picked the Bills. What are you talking about?
You picked the Bills.
Just the Bills to lose.
All right, so they're each 2-2. So tonight is big for you guys.
Yeah.
This is the
Now,
rubber match.
Do you guys ever bet anything? And I know, we're supposed to have, let's just say this, whenever we do the Godfather thing, what would the bet be? Because there's only two bets to make. One, somebody gets something good, or two, someone does something bad.
Yeah.
I got an idea as I sit here. I got two ideas. I'll let you think of it. One of them could be the loser eats 2 pizzas in one sitting. Because it might make...
Why did Vito's face look like loser?
Exactly. Because I want to show that off. I want to show that they could both easily eat 2 large pizzas. Or 2, grows the mustache.
Oh.
And mustache only. And what would be the length of time that you'd have to keep the mustache?
3 months?
3 months.
I think, through the winter, I believe.
Do I hear 4 months? Would anybody be willing to go 4 months?
I'll go 4 months, Ron.
All right. And anybody who's willing to do 4 months would do 5 months.
I can see Vito's face.
Vito, you're not saying
what about
a thing,
this pizza talk?
I'll take 5 months.
5 months.
Ooh, look at him. Big fucking man over here.
All right. That'll be the Godfather. And by the way, we're saying through the winter. We don't even know when this will happen. Yeah. The Godfather has already been out on the table for 7 months.
Right.
All right, so let's get into the game tonight. Now, Vito, you're not a college football guy. Of course, Chris Stanley is. He actually scouted for a couple of different teams.
But I actually played football, so I know more than Chris does. Chris has never done a push-up.
That is very, very true. Chris has never played the game.
He got drummed out, Ron. He didn't know shit. He couldn't play football. They didn't want him.
Though. I did play football. They did want me. You've never done anything athletic in your
Ryan
entire
was a
life.
Joke of a program he was in. Okay,
I don't know.
All right, I'd like you to go say that to my high school football team. I'd like you to go to the high school football team right
Chris,
now.
Don't do it. That guy will kill you in a fight.
Bring a bunch of 17-year-olds in here.
I bet you they'd beat the shit out of you.
Oh my God, that sounded illegal.
Let's just close down this part of it.
Okay.
Vito, it's 4 points on the line here. I know you don't normally bet the line, but tonight you have to. So it's Georgia +4 or Alabama -4 points.
I'm taking Georgia Bulldogs. Woof, woof, baby.
He's taking the points?
Wait a minute. He sounded just like a bulldog when he did that woof, woof.
You heard the woof woof, didn't you?
Woof.
I mean, that sounds like a man who's not going to have a mustache.
That's his version of yum, yum, give me some. Well, this isn't the mustache game. That's going to be the Godfather trivia. Which, Chris, you don't think there's any way you... You know, a woman has never beat a man in Godfather trivia.
Really?
I looked this up.
Never.
Yeah, in the history of the country.
It ain't going to start now, Ron.
Time's up.
Yeah.
Time's up. That is not what that hashtag is for.
It would be great, though. It would be great if that came down to... You know, we're winning fucking trivia right now. No, I went and looked this up. No woman has ever won Godfather trivia, nor has a South Asian. So no one from India or Pakistan.
Really?
Yeah.
God, this is amazing. I definitely would.
Now, Chris, I don't even care if you guys bet the same way. You know that, right? I mean, I have no problem with you taking, Georgia +4.
Yeah.
I know, woof, woof, the fucking dogs. Who let the dogs out?
Woof, woof.
Makes no sense.
Dogs bark. It makes sense.
Give me Nick Saban's Alabama. Roll Tide. That's what they always called me.
Alabama, you got the weight on your shoulders.
Roll Tide, Ron. Roll Tide.
Do you know, here's the fucking thing about Alabama. They call Alabama the Crimson Tide, but they call me Deacon Blues. I don't even know why. But I just let them dumb. I'm like, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, here comes Deacon Blues. I'm like, what up? I was thinking about this. Why doesn't Drew Brees get the nickname Cool Breeze?
Yeah.
I think he totally
It seems
fucked
like
that
it's
up.
right there.
Yeah.
He's just not cool enough, Ron.
Oh, he's pretty fucking cool.
I mean,
he's got that shit on his face.
Cool Breeze.
Scars are cool as shit, especially face scars. Like Omar from The Wire.
He can fucking... He's 38. He still chucks. Little as it. He's 5'1". Cool Breeze is 5'1".
Title Breeze.
And they said that he could throw a ball, a fucking football, 700 yards. Not off one fucking bat. I mean, he has to walk down, pick it up, keep going, pick it up. But eventually he'll get to 700 yards. Meryl Streep said about Oprah, she launched a rocket tonight. I want her to run for president. Oh, God, Meryl Streep, you're as crazy as anyone. You're a fucking lunatic. You know what? Say that in a Polish accent. Because I'm not used to the real Meryl voice.
Oprah 2020 was tweeting this morning, and I just clicked on it to see what people were tweeting about, and it was just the right wing trashing Oprah, and then people blindly saying, yes, Oprah has to be our next president. There was no middle.
Yes, I would imagine that would
Oprah
be...
2020 is the account?
No, Oprah 2020 was the hashtag.
Oh, I thought you said Oprah 2020. It was tweeting.
First of all, I don't even think she could host 2020. Oprah being president is as dumb as Donald Trump being president. Although I did hear this, he doesn't show up to work till 11 o'clock in the morning, and he lives upstairs. He says he likes to keep his mornings open for Fox and Friends and tweeting.
Yeah, and then immediately tweeting after Fox and Friends within minutes. Same subject matter. That's my favorite, is watching when anybody puts together the date of his tweets versus what their topic is in the morning and how it's within minutes of the topic.
All right, let's try to figure this out, though. What will Trump, what hand
is in the morning and how it's within minutes of the topic?
All right, let's try to figure this out, though. What will Trump, what handle is he going to put on Oprah?
Oh, man.
I think he's going to attack her weight. I'm going to say fatty Oprah.
You could have said obese Oprah, and that would have made more sense.
No, because
is that what you're going for?
No, I'm going to say awful Oprah because he's going to think it sounds better.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Awful Oprah.
Yeah, sounds like something like that. I think he's just going to be like a little pun in this one. It's going to be like Oprah because she's over it.
And I'm going to simply say he's going to call her Mammy.
Oh, no, this is like a Pocahontas.
Yes,
right.
Very much like the Pocahontas.
Not good.
He never even got any blowback on Pocahontas.
No one was upset
He's the
enough.
Teflon Don.
I don't know how it happens.
That came and went in the morning, the Pocahontas thing. Just no one cared.
Yeah.
No, he brought it up again.
Yeah, he keeps...
he did it over and over.
He was doing it.
Genius is fucking stable, and he is a genius.
Who do you think is smarter, the stable genius or the expert?
Well, the expert's time's in the future, after his older sister is president. That was part of the fucking book, Fire and Fury book, that her and her husband sat around going, which one of us is going to be president? And they decided it would be Ivanka. La 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 Ivanka.
Yeah, I was surprised that he wasn't tweeting, that he managed to not tweet about the Golden Globes this morning.
Yeah, that is true.
Because that's normally,
true. Yeah,
he does like to say, oh, Hollywood.
Well, he knows better, that people will say, you're the rapist, motherfucker.
Right. I was thinking maybe the black dresses kept him away from that conversation. Or his own staff being, please put the phone down and just think about this.
He could give a fuck about his staff. He did a very Chris Stanley thing. Like tonight we're supposed to be the fake news awards, and then he got tickets to the ball game. And he's like, Wednesday night. Since a lot of people want to make sure that they're together for it, Wednesday night is going to be it.
I can't believe he pushed his awards back.
Trust me, it'll be done by Wednesday. It's going to be great. Trust me. That's Chris telling me something's going to work out.
It's very
you
accurate.
will get that. They'll always do this dramatic
and
thing.
you will love it.
Why? I'm the best thing. I keep looking over. Why are they showing old Reagan stuff on MSNBC? Sure. I guess they're just saying, look, he's not the nuttiest president we ever had. We also had Reagan.
Don't forget.
Should be exciting. All right, so Chris, who are you picking tonight? You're going Bama?
Give me Bama, give me the roll tide, give me Nick Saban -4 Bama. They're going to fucking roll.
Are you sure on that -4?
Positive.
And what will the bet be on this one, guys?
How about the pizzas?
He's just wants the pizza. That's his briar patch.
You can't eat 2 large pizzas.
Preferably pepperoni.
That'd be nice. I mean, that'll be his cheat day.
Do you think you could eat 2 large pizzas?
Yeah, I could eat 2 large pizzas. I'm not proud of this fact, but I know I could eat 2
What's
large
the time?
pizzas.
Is this a timed event?
No, I don't want anyone choking. I'm going to step in on this one.
Let's say 2 large pizzas, 3.5 minutes.
No, I don't like that.
Make a pile of slices.
No, I don't like it.
That seems fair.
I think the 2 pizzas over the course of a show are plenty.
That seems fair. I mean, because just look, eating 1 pizza is fucking shameful and bad. And I've done it. I did it 3 times last year. Felt terrible about it.
3 times.
I mean, Peter, do you think you could eat 2, or should we change this bet to 1.5 pizzas?
I think I could do 2 pizzas. I mean, the calorie intake will be insane, but
binge and purge.
Don't tell him to purge.
Oh, what do you drink with this? All right, I got an idea just to make this a little more painful.
Oh, no.
Just hot tea.
Ew! Come on!
Ew!
Anyone had a slice of pizza and a hot tea?
That is so disgusting.
It would be great to even say, do you have any hot tea? You don't. That's unusual. How about coffee? Pizza and coffee.
That's no.
Okay. Keep me up.
That will not treat my stomach.
Are we dipping
We
the
don't want that
pizza
to
into the coffee like this is the
That's
Nathan's
your
hot dog?
choice.
No one's saying whether you can dip or not.
I need to lube the throat.
Ew.
That's nasty.
See, he's not in this to win. I'm in this to fucking
Nasty
win.
is the most immature thing a man can say.
I know I can fucking
Ew,
win.
nasty. That's
No man
nasty.
should ever say something's nasty.
Yo, that's nasty. It's only something for a 14-year-old to yell.
That's even a little old. Hey, Brian, what's up?
Yo, Bennington.
Yeah.
I wanted to thank that lead-tongued fuck Chris Stanley for making Georgia a stone-cold lock for tonight's game.
Hey, I was 2-2 this weekend, all right?
Yeah,
That's nothing to brag about.
Well, it doesn't mean I'm a total jinx at this point.
Well, 2-2, you would
Who you
lose
got?
money if you're fucking
Who you got in
gambling.
Eagles Falcons, Stanley? Who do you got? Give me a pick.
I'm not giving the pick to Lair this week.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll
I got to see if
tuned
that
then.
line changes. But look, Bama
It already
-4.
did. It went from 2.5 to 3.
Well, it's going to change more than ever change in half a day.
I think he's right. You should go with it now.
No.
Yeah.
You can get
that
in
locked
early.
in, Stanley.
Listen to Woof Woof on this.
Bama -4, and then he's going to be fucking house and pizza and tea tomorrow.
Bulldog knows no bounds, man.
Pizza and tea is so disgusting.
I know.
It is actually nasty.
Can I tell you something? If we were only doing, if we was last, I would go with that, but I want them to have their full beverage. What do you want to do? Back to your basic grape soda?
I love it. Or a sun-kissed.
A ginger ale to help
Where are you
the
getting
stomach.
the pizza from? Because I don't want you to get those square pizzas.
All right, then we can get it from Uncle Paul's. That's a solid.
The
That's a
child molester?
There is a pizzeria called Uncle Paul's here in the city.
Pizzeria.
I call it a
He
pizzeria.
loves to say pizzeria.
Bonnie yelled at Voss for saying that he was going to go to the pizza parlor. And he's like, I'm going to the pizza parlor. Does anybody want to drink?
That's
She goes
adorable.
like this, stop saying parlor. And then she got mad because right after I thought you were going to the bagel place where you get your bagel and then you get the tuna on the side because you get more tuna and then you just make it yourself. And she goes like this to Voss. Did you fucking honestly tell him all that? Because she has to hear it.
Right.
But she doesn't.
He's like, you should be embarrassed of this.
Yes. I don't want you spreading it around. That's how you're making a little extra tuna cash for yourself.
Starts to pay for itself. These tuna bagels start to pay for themselves.
He was really like, and then when I was leaving, he goes like this. And remember, instead of just getting a tuna bagel, get the side of tuna and then get a plain bagel. Make it yourself. You're gonna have more tuna. You're gonna have extra tuna. Comes in a little plastic box thing that they have there.
I appreciate that move.
It was really funny. All right, so 2 pizzas, guys. Who's going to be in here tomorrow, though? I don't want you guys acting like animals in front of somebody
Yeah,
if we have a decent guest.
I could classily eat 2 pizzas.
No, you cannot.
You can't classically eat a slice.
No, I've never seen it.
Emma Willman is in tomorrow.
Okay,
She won't.
mind.
She won't
get a
judge
kick.
you.
She'll get a kick out
She'll
of
be
it.
fine watching Vito eat pizza.
By the way, remind me of this. Time Out New York called her a comedian to watch this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I happen to agree.
Well, everybody loves Emma.
Yeah.
She's also got a part in the Pete Holmes show.
Oh,
Crashing.
nice.
Yeah, not like a regular, but you see her. Dude, the fun thing about Crashing is,
How
there's
many
Big
people-
J.
Yeah.
There's it's great. Boop, 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 boop. I probably shouldn't tell you guys this, but I walk into the stand the other night.
Uh-huh.
Mateo Lane is emceeing the night that I walk in. I walk in, he is full making out with a Spanish man.
Whoa.
Yeah, a man who came in from Spain to see him. Just a full makeout.
He's making out there?
Yeah, they're making out in the booth, corner booth.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
That's the kind of passion you can't even wait to get out of the public eye. You've got to make out right there in the booth.
What do they call it? PDA or something like that?
That's it.
Something?
PDA.
Okay.
It's scandalous.
Senator Graham said this: if Trump doesn't call himself a genius, no one else would. And that's the guy backing him up. He has to call
That
himself.
doesn't sound like someone defending you.
Yeah, you should call him a genius.
No, I'm not going to. I'm just saying. Yeah, that does not sound like helping.
The guy who wrote this book, Fire and Fury, is Michael Wolf.
Woof, baby. Atlanta.
I'm really worried about who is going to be the one to be eating this pizza.
It's
Tea.
Vito. Bama's -4. That's easy. That's easy money.
Should we get an extra pizza for the rest of us? to
Yeah.
split?
Yeah, I
I'm
would say
getting hungry.
Yeah.
Just like
I'll just go over and eat one of his slices.
I would like to just have a reasonable amount of pizza at my own pace.
Not personal pies for everybody.
I hope that tonight, for the first time ever, if they call Alabama the Crimson Tide, they don't call me Deacon Blues. Because I feel like I'm too, past that. It's like a kid's name. There's like you're writing a lyric, you don't even need to fucking make any sense. Who's hoping they lose now so they get the 2 free pizzas?
Vito is, because...
By the way, the person who doesn't have to eat the pizzas doesn't get to eat a slice with the rest of us.
That kinda sucks.
That just
These are all kinds of rules. They get a hot tea, though.
Pizza guy's going to really actually be the one winning.
This should have been more of a Godfather thing. Maybe for Godfather, you have to eat 7 pounds of lasagna.
Jesus.
And 30 cannolis.
We start with the weighing in of the lasagna.
Bring in the lasagna scale.
I can have a hearty lasagna made for that challenge.
I went back to check on the Godfather trivia stuff, and I had no idea this. In the history of Godfather trivia, it's never once been won by a quadriplegic.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell, this is getting very specific.
And that seems like something a quadriplegic could easily do.
Yeah.
You know?
Now it just sounds like only white men with all their limbs are the ones who win.
Now,
this.
we just doing Godfather 1 and 2, or are we adding 3?
1 and 2.
1 and 2 was what I wanted 3. Leslie
Right,
wanted
easy,
1 and 2.
easy, man.
Look, I walked past.
Look at us.
I walked past Leslie watching The Godfather just a week ago, just reciting the lines along with the movie.
Well, we're not doing line reads. We're fucking asking.
We
don't know
might.
that.
We might.
We don't know that.
You're gonna find yourself eating lasagna if you think like that.
That's a good 5 pounds of lasagna.
And it's going to be a very meat-filled lasagna.
Well, that's good for me.
It's going to be a...
By the way, I don't like hard-boiled egg in the lasagna, and I like hard-boiled egg, but I'm like, why is that in the lasagna?
I don't think I've ever had that.
Anybody who does that is
A lot of people do it,
It's
Vito.
peculiar.
No,
What
not
did your
for
family put in? A little meat and then sausage?
Mostly meat.
Mm-hmm.
The sausage is specifically for Big Ziti. That's more of a Big Ziti treat.
Oh.
Okay.
But lasagna is all beef.
A little ragut.
A lot.
Ragut. It's disgusting.
Now Trump says he will meet with Mueller.
Mueller?
This is getting exciting with these fucking food eating things.
I know, and I like any kind of I like any kind of challenge. One of you are going to lose, but I'm going to be just enjoying a nice slice of pizza as you guys suffer.
Just never eating pizza again after this.
So you know you're going to lose. Good.
No, I said you're never going to eat pizza again.
It won't stop me.
Look, woof, woof, baby. You scarf down that whole pizza. Pockets stay fat like Chris Stanley.
I really don't know. I'm not really sure.
It's always tough to bet against Alabama.
Yeah.
Because they're always good. But I saw them get crushed by Auburn. I was going to say Tug McGraw just came walking by, but I know he passed away. It could be the ghost of Tug McGraw.
I was wondering what your eyes were like focused on behind me.
I almost screamed. Tug McGraw is back from the dead. I guess Penn Jillette is 100% wrong. Penn, when he was...
oh, no. That was me. I thought we went out.
When he was convincing... when he easily convinced Pete Holmes that there is no God, right? He's always just so soft and sweet about it. I could be wrong, but I don't see how you're... And Pete's like, yeah, that is nuts. I'm literally laughing hard, remembering the day that I walked back in here after an unmasked, and Fez just went, I'm an atheist now. And I think he stayed, I don't know if he stayed with it. I'd have to ask him. I don't think he goes to, he might have went right back to Florida and right back to his old ways.
Now, was there like something in particular? Like some fact
logic.
Or some, yeah.
Just straight logic. Because
I remember him talking in depth about, theories about the afterlife. I remember him talking about the thing about, the way you view before you were born in history. If that's not terrifying to you, then why is? Yeah.
Yeah, that's and then he picked it up. So
yeah,
it really bugs me a little bit. Now you've aggravated me.
Wait, I thought that was the conversation you guys were having.
Yeah, but it was mine, and now it's his. Now that belongs to him. Now I'm fucking completely bugged thinking about that. So what was the big winner last night? So it was three
billboards was I think the biggest movie winner, and then the Big Little Lies was the big TV winner.
But Lady Bird was on the other side, right?
Yeah, Lady Bird won the other best motion picture in a musical or comedy, I guess is what
I think the gay movie's probably going to win. Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah, that is one I haven't seen yet, and after watching the awards, I'm definitely going to make sure that I watch it.
I watched the trailer, and Armie Hammer just looks like a big creep with a little kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he just looks gigantic, and it just looks like he's jizzing all over a child.
And then that kid is also in Lady Bird, right? Is like the other boyfriend in Lady Bird.
Is he gay in that too? Is he?
No, he's like the rebound boyfriend who's like a cool guy.
The anarchist boyfriend.
Do you know that I did not recognize that happening? I didn't even know Lady Bird was the girl from Brooklyn anyway, so I'm completely lost.
And then Lucas Hedges was in both winners last night.
Yeah,
Lady Bird won. Lady Bird won comedy, and 3 billboards won drama.
That's pretty wild.
Lucas Hedges, he's a modern day fucking Nostradamus.
He knows how to pick them.
Yeah, he knows how to pick them. He knows the future. Future is himself.
Did you see when Frances McDormand was trying to watch Sam Rockwell do his acceptance speech and the cameraman was in her way?
Oh, I love that.
He gave her get the fuck out of the way.
Move.
I was happy for Rockwell, too.
Yeah.
He never wins shit.
I know. And I like that he was like, it's really great to be in a movie that people saw.
Not a lot of people saw it, dude, if you're going to be totally honest. And you were also in Iron Man 2. Did you forget?
And Charlie's Angels.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did one of his famous sexy dances, I think.
They made 2 Charlie's Angels and then stopped it, right?
Yeah. Two different. Bill Murray was the first one, and then Bernie Mac took his role in the second one.
Yeah, but Bernie Mac, it was just crazy, too. Like, they didn't even try to put it. It looked like he wasn't even there with the other actors. Angels better get going. It's always weird too. Is like when you hear about any movie, and then you find out how historically inaccurate that he was. So people are bringing that up with Dunkirk,
right? That it's just completely made. It is really weird how many movies people get their history from. Like they're like, oh, I thought it was this way because I saw it in a movie that way. And most movies have they feel no responsibility to be historically accurate. They have a couple points.
I see. I would go to the point where you shouldn't even be able to use the term based on a true story.
Right?
Because how based are you on a true story? When you make a composite thing, or you have, like, when you watch the W movie, right? The one that Oliver Stone went, he just had George Bush as just a fucking frothing at the mouth.
Right.
You're like, do you have to go that far?
Right.
That he's screaming and fucking... Why can't you just fucking calm down for 2 seconds?
Well, the worst one I can remember from when I was a kid was the Disney movie Pocahontas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is so incredibly inaccurate that it's downright offensive. First of all, like, she was never really with John Smith that way. They were friends. She saved him, but I think they had a friendship or something. She married John Rolfe. She ends up in England and dies at 22. She was also really underage when that story. And I was like, they just made a adorable, happy love.
She wasn't a senator from Massachusetts? This is bullshit?
Oh, no.
Well, also, it always comes down to this, too. If you know the business that they're in, you're like, well, this doesn't happen this way.
Right.
Like, even in the Howard Stern movie, we got this week's ratings. It just doesn't, you know what I mean? They're not TV ratings.
Right.
They come around every 3 months.
It's just
last night's ratings just came in. And you're like, why do you even have to do that? But I've never, even if you love a legal movie, it's bullshit. If you love a cop movie, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, everything is, nothing works the way it did. Or you would see a lot of cops going like this. Not 6 months in the leads. Not a fucking lead. You believe it?
I watched a movie the other day where somebody was giving birth and there was just one doctor in there and no nurses, and it all happened really quick. And I was like, I mean, we all know how the medical profession works. I'm sure that we know that this is not how it happens. And it wasn't just they gave birth really quickly. This was supposed to be hours overlapped, and no nurse was in there, nothing. The doctor was just sitting with her. I was like, this doesn't even make sense. This is crazy.
A doctor's normally got 7 fucking people.
Right.
He's delivering, and they got nurses working. And he comes at the last second and goes like this. You don't need me? Okay, good.
Now, I will say I had just finished watching the series The Crown, and I realized that my knowledge of British history and British royalty isn't that good. So all this historical stuff is coming up, and I just kept on being like, oh, is that true? Or because I don't really know if it's true.
Who's in The Crown?
The Crown is Claire Foy plays the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, John Lithgow in the season 1
Churchill
plays Churchill. Let's see who else. It's just a lot of British.
Worth watching.
I found it to be really enjoyable. Yeah.
I'm not an Anglophile.
But the thing that I thought was funny is how little British history I know. Is so embarrassing. And then I would want to look it up to find out an episode would happen. There would either be affairs or there would be Nazi ties. And I would be like, are they basing this on fact? Does this really happen? And then I would want to Google it, but then I'm like, I don't want any spoilers. I kind of like that I don't know the history.
Well, Argo, Canada was responsible for everything. And there wasn't a chase at the end of the movie when they were getting the hostages out. That was just total bullshit.
They were it was actually pretty easy to get out of the airport. They just asked us to see our passports, and we just went through.
And Canada did all the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they got none of the credit. I know they didn't try to call Hollywood, and it wasn't the fucking thing wasn't ringing.
I can't believe that whole story was completely. I watched it and was like, well, that's a pretty interesting fact that this happened, and then found out like 98% of that did not go down the way they had depicted it in the movie. It's just crazy.
And then when you looked back at the movie, you were like, yeah, I mean, that RV probably could have just told the plane to stop. Like when they
it's
had
not that hard.
when they had a bunch of missiles and stuff.
And they radio in, hey, stop the plane. Oh, okay. Thanks for calling. I was about to take off.
I thought Gladiator was much more historically accurate than it ended up being. It's really embarrassing.
Chris, at no time did they use fucking rifles. That should have given it away right there.
Wow, they were advanced in the Roman Empire. They had their shit together. What happened?
Yeah, Hollywood just does not give a shit.
No.
They just don't care.
They make up characters. It's, yeah.
They also make people heels when they were supportive. They've done it time and time again. But I remember when Tom Hanks did the stand-up movie, right? And I had my club at the time. In the movie, the comedians get there and they're in their locker room changing into their stage attire.
Yeah, comedian locker room?
Yeah. Could you, I mean, first of all, you could fucking walk in, like you could be booked in a comedy club. You could be wearing a fucking scuba suit and a lampshade, and an owner wouldn't say to you, do you need to change? He'd be like, you're on in 3. I've already lit this fucker. And he's just going on and on. This really annoys me. So Pete Lee's thing is not running. It's going to run on Friday night. He's recording it on fucking Thursday, but it's going to run on Friday. So why am I fucking going down there on Thursday? I hate to get out of stuff because Patrick is way too nice to me, but yeah, I'd love to get out of that. Beal. Bill, we got you, buddy?
Yeah, buddy. What's going on, buddy?
What can we do for you?
Just wanted to, you guys were talking about lasagna, the lasagna eating contest. I dated a woman whose family's lasagna recipe substituted the ricotta cheese was taken out and it was replaced with mayonnaise. And I just wanted to make that comment because it was the single worst meal of my life.
I've never even heard of such a horrific thing.
That is so disgusting.
Just because something is white doesn't mean it goes.
Yeah, it also like
substitute.
It doesn't even have the consistency of it. Like
I said,
like it would just be runny.
Horrible. No, it was terrible. And I will say this: the one other meal that I can recall from the family was Easter breakfast. Walk in and I expect to smell eggs and bacon cooking, and nothing on the table but a loaf of cinnamon bread, not even toast, just cinnamon bread with hard-boiled eggs. And that's all we had for Easter breakfast.
I'm glad you got out of that relationship, dude.
Yeah, this is for the best.
You don't need to live that way. You don't have to live like a refugee.
I always feel bad when somebody comes from a family like no one could cook.
Most families.
It's like really sad.
It's most families out there.
You need at least 1 or 2 good cooks in the family to
Chris's mom couldn't cook, and that's why he has taste for shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You said she. What would she make?
She'd make chicken cutlets sometimes. She would burn them. She burned a lot of food. That was her big problem. Everything was always
walking away.
Overcooked. Yeah. She would make, hey, it's cheeseburger night at the Stanley household. Here's the most well done cheeseburger you've had in your entire life. Dry, well done cheeseburgers.
Yeah, that's walking away.
Yeah, exactly. She had a lot going on. She had to have a smoke. She had to deal with my dad and me.
I was thinking maybe it was like that thing where moms get overly worried about like raw meat with kids. So everything when you're a kid is like so leathery. Like it took a long time for me to realize I like pork chops because like you don't want to give a kid like an underdone pork chop.
Yeah. Pork chop is maybe the worst thing to do with a pig.
Ham's pretty bad. Just like the straight up big ass ham.
I agree.
I'm a fan, but I know like it's like a really polarizing thing. Like some people are really, really freaked out.
They say it's the closest thing that eating human that you could do is eat a ham.
Yeah, I think that's why some people have something to do with that. Like the texture is so fleshy.
The texture and the taste.
Yeah.
They say cannibals do this thing where like, tell me the truth. Is this ham or human?
They make like a little game out of it.
I couldn't hack it as a cannibal.
You could. You're almost there right now. Now, there was, they said something was beloved and also hated by the other side last night. And that was the comeback commercial that they did with Winona Ryder.
Oh, yeah. That was so bizarre.
Some people felt like it was taking advantage of the rape stories, which I don't know why. And other people were like, this is the greatest thing. They said she just won the internet.
Well, here's the thing that like really freaked me out was that what the point of this is there is a reveal, right? Like you see a woman from behind and then you see her beautiful hair and her hair is moving as she walks and you see that she's a star and then she turns and you're like, goo, it's an older person than you thought. Like, is that what the point of this is?
No, I didn't know that she looked bad.
But, like, that's what they're acting like. Look, you can rejuvenate yourself. Your hair can look young. The whole point is, like, her young-looking hair. So weird.
I was just so excited for the reveal, and then when it was Winona Ryder, I was like, oh.
I could tell from any of these shots it was Winona.
I thought it was Rose McGowan at first.
Come on, she has short hair.
It's like young Rose McGowan.
Oh, stop it.
That's really what I thought it was.
You're not supposed to make it about age with her right now.
She's in a sensitive place, and you don't want the Rose Army after you. You really don't.
The hashtag Rose?
No.
But what was really funny is, like, she didn't get to walk out on stage anyway.
I know. And, like, wasn't it last year at the Golden Globes where she was being so bizarre?
Yeah, when Stranger Things won the TV show.
That was, like, the big focus of the Golden Globes because she was making, like, mugging, like, these very strange expressions.
Like, the people speaking are idiots. Like, I can't believe he's talking. He's a moron.
She was just shocked.
But I think that it was the wording. Some people were upset about it because it was like, everyone deserves a comeback and damaged hair deserves a comeback too. It just kind of seemed like they were saying she was damaged, which may or may not be true, but
she is spiritually damaged. All right, Vito, who would you like to see make a comeback?
We gave him a chance previously, but I really want to give another chance to Mickey Rourke. Like,
no. He blew his chance.
I know he made really bad choices, but when you go back, like I was watching the Pope of Greenwich Village again this weekend, and it makes me feel so bad that he made so many bad decisions, just like with his face and with his roles and with everything he did.
We can't bring him back. We tried, and he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care.
He was handed like the perfect role for his comeback, and he did a great job with it. But
and then he went Iron Man.
Well, not
playing a bad Russian on Iron Man. I want Void.
He did a ton of terrible movies, like immediately after.
Yeah, but I think
he got paid for it.
Going right back into that bomb right after that hit, I think it was just like they were like, nope, he can't do it anymore. That's it for him. And I really wanted to see him succeed because I was so happy for him when I saw that.
A guy has to have an expression if you're going to be in a movie. I mean, it's like the only thing that he could probably do is play Halloween and not even put the mask on. Just be himself.
Terrifying.
All right, Chris Stanley, who you got? Who would you love to see make a comeback?
I think people need to forget about his politics and give James Woods some big starring role because he's a great actor. And
he hasn't been away long enough to make a comeback, though. He needs a little time. He needs a little time. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say make a comeback after 6 weeks. Or else I could just easily say Louis C.K. You know what I mean? Like, do I think Louis C.K. is going to make a comeback? Yes, I do.
I think it's very possible, yeah.
It's not even possible. It's a definite. It's locked in. And unlike these other people, he's going to be in charge of his own fucking creativity.
Yeah.
So he's going to do it, and people are going to be like, oh, Louis, I can't stay fucking mad at you. Get back in here. So I think that James Woods, you got to be away before you can make a comeback.
Yeah.
And the fact is, none of you guys were probably even alive when he was starring in movies.
No.
You know? So it's been a long time that he's just been a character actor. Gail, who would you like to see make a comeback?
All right. So this year I thought such a great comeback was Laurie Metcalf. Like, I think that she's getting such great roles and having been...
Should have won last night, by the way.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. I think another TV actress that could use a resurgence of sorts would be BB Newirth. Where is BB Newirth? What is she doing? She's great.
If you say to people, do you like BB Newirth? They'll be like, I love BB Newirth.
I know.
I love her.
But she's somebody who should have starring roles, and she should be like in films, and she should play like really strong female character. You know, like she just seems
she
like
does
someone
theater work.
Right.
You know,
she's always stayed in the theater.
Yeah.
When I watched Cheers last year, I was obsessed with her character on that show. Like I thought she was the best part of the show in the later seasons.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that you're wrong about.
She's fantastic.
And then when I watched the spinoff of Frasier, I didn't even make it that far because I was so disappointed that she wasn't in Frasier that much.
He couldn't bear to watch Frasier.
No,
it's painful. It's painful to know that he and BB Newirth have broken up.
Yeah, and the whole like they got back together in the finale too, and then they broke up when the show started.
Now, I have been called by people the last man still jerking off to Lonnie Anderson, so I feel like I can do the comeback thing. And I think Peter Riegert is one of the great actors of all time. You know him from Animal House, Chilly Scenes of Winter. And what was that Scottish movie that he did where he went to Scotland?
Oh, yeah. It's like a really pretty movie.
I think that he could fucking crush everything that he ever wanted.
Yeah,
Local hero.
Local hero.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Good
He's a
way to look that up, Tappy.
He's
I
a
love
really strong actor. Same
I
like
had him
like
and John Hurd, and John Hurd just passed away.
Yeah.
And I never got the comeback that I wanted with John Hurd. But Peter Riegert is he's electric. He's just electric.
what would you say his like last big role was? It's been a while.
Local hero. I think it was in 1985 that they let him star in something. Well, he was in The Sopranos and stuff
Right.
like that, and he plays, smaller roles as somebody's dad. But I always thought if they showed him, did a movie with him and Karen Allen, who were in Animal House, and did that, Here's Them Today,
Right.
But Karen Allen should also make the list of somebody who should,
Yes.
get out there again. I'm also going to say Bonnie Hunt, who I've always found to be
she's-
tremendous in everything.
She's so charming and funny.
that's
She's just
the-
like
that's the industry business bit.
Yeah.
I do was she used to say stuff like that,
Right.
and everything about her. But David Letterman tried so many times to give her a show, and they just couldn't connect, and it seems insane to me. Well, look who wants to get in on this, Jen.
I was going to say Amanda Bynes.
Amanda
Is she
Bynes.
the?
She
went whack?
Yeah, she went crazy, but
Yeah.
now she's a little bit more sane.
It's
They're saying she's gonna
harder
make a
when
comeback.
people are insane to give them something.
Yeah.
what
it was
what
real
has she
bad.
been in?
She was known for like the Amanda Show on Nickelodeon.
Okay,
She was in a
so
lot of,
she's like one of those
rom-coms.
like kid actors who didn't kind of cash in and get to have the big adult.
I think she partied it up a little bit, right? Was she the one?
Yeah.
Because there's several that have done that.
Lindsay Lohan was another.
Yeah,
one.
Lindsay Lohan was.
I think she just went crazy.
She just got bit by a snake the other day.
Yeah, I saw that she was showing it off.
And they said the
Snake
way
bit.
that she got bit is she took a snake and shoved it right in there. She was mad at her boyfriend. See what you're fucking doing to me?
This is your fault. The snake is just hanging from her.
Hey, Steve, Alabama, home of the Crimson Tide. What's up?
Roll Tide.
Hey, I really like Clive Owen, and he's really not in any good movies anymore.
I saw him in such a weird, bad movie, and he played a small part. And it was this, I think it's called like Valencia and the city of fucking 2000, the planet of 2000 planets or something. I mean, it's the fucking nuttiest movie. It was the biggest independent movie in terms of budget, $200 million.
Wow.
And I think it made like $600. I mean, it's just fucking bananas. And he's on there in some walk-on part. And you're like, oh, shit.
That's
he used to be big,
The
dude.
movie, was it Closer and Children of Men?
Children of
like
Men.
back in that time, those are some great. I love them.
Yeah, that's only like 10 years ago, and he just dropped, man. He just fucking dropped.
I was just trying to think. I can't recall anything like at that level, like Children of Men, where he had like the big starring lead role since then.
I think they tried to give him a shot with this movie called Shoot 'Em Up, where they wanted him to be like the next action star, and then Shoot 'Em Up failed.
Yeah, see, I think
He would have
that's
been perfect for The Commuter. The new fucking action movie that they were promoting all last night.
Taking on a train?
He's a commuter.
Yeah, I mean, he was one that was just like household, like leading man role for like a while.
There were 3 of them that looked exactly alike and seemed alike. It was him, Eric Bana, and Gerard Butler, and I thought they were all the same person for like 5 years.
And they're all gone.
Yeah, they're all. Gerard Butler has a movie coming out in like a month about bank robberies, and it was the first.
Dude, Gerard Butler should play a part where he's a butler.
Like Lee Daniels, the butler.
And then yeah, it should have been Gerard Butler, the butler. And then he go look at the camera and go like this, I've been a butler my whole life.
Lee Daniels, Gerard Butler, the butler.
And then he could go, this should be his thing. I'm going to tell you something, but you're not going to like it.
And then he just stabs someone in the throat.
Yeah. Didn't you order a bullet from me, sir?
Sounds like a franchise.
Why don't you ask Jeeves?
He kicks somebody in the balls. It's time for you to ask Jeeves. Shane in Tennessee. What's up, Shane?
Hey, that Clive Owen movie was Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Oh, it's just terrible.
So boring.
Yeah, it was like watching a video game. It was just like if you were watching a child playing a video game.
I think Rihanna was in it. I think that was supposed to be like a starring vehicle for her.
But she was only in it for like 10 minutes or 12 minutes.
Wasn't a model like the girl in it?
Yeah.
She was the co-star.
I noticed this, that the model had really thick eyebrows. And that seems to be the new, like really thick.
That became popular a few years ago. And we're just kind of sticking with it. The thicker brow is the look. Oh, Cara
Delevingne.
Delevingne. Delevingne.
Is that who this is?
Yeah, that's Valerian.
And
she is kind of the signature thick eyebrow. Like, I think everyone started to do that because of her.
When they even browed it up in the movie, he goes, your eyebrows are so thick, I bet your bush goes right up to your belly button. And then she goes, more like my tits.
So it sounds like it's really well written.
Sexy too.
Yeah.
Steamy.
I guess she's a model / actor.
Yeah.
Good.
Moving more towards Hollywood.
Well, she was like a model, and
Neither
then
one
she
pays enough to make a living.
and then she had like some thing, like a turn of heart, and she was like, "I'm never modeling again."
Really,
and
I admire that.
I'm only acting.
I admire that so much.
And then she made Valerian.
These brows aren't for sale anymore.
I'm not a piece of chattel. I'm a person who acts.
I'd rather play pretend.
Did you see Daniel Day-Lewis with his fucking head just shaved like a maniac?
Yeah.
I almost didn't recognize him.
It
Yeah.
looked like he shaved his head in the fucking limo on the way there. Just some weird depression.
Sir, you have hair all over your suit.
He doesn't have a movie to prepare for, so he's just freaking out.
I don't know.
I still have to see that one, Phantom Thread.
It doesn't seem like it's really catching on with people. You know, a lot of times you just don't want to watch someone sew for 2 hours.
A lot of times.
While I'm sewing, I'm going to be mean to my wife. What is it, Chris? You want to plug something?
Yeah, I do want to plug something.
What?
Ron will be performing with Rich Voss and Jim Florentine Friday, February 9th at 8 p.m. at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut. You go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org for tickets. It's Rich Voss and Friends. And then Ron will be presenting Dan Perlman at Caroline's Breakout Series Tuesday, January 30th, 7:30 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. Go to carolines.com for tickets.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Like people are saying Ellie Sheedy was the one who gave the big tweets last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's our Ellie Sheedy. Ellie Sheedy. She's the weirdo girl from Breakfast Club.
Apparently she called out James Franco and Christian Slater, but then deleted them.
From her life.
Calling him out for the shove?
No, for being people that have been accused of stuff, but then they get to sit happily. Christian Slater pinched a girl's ass on the Upper East Side when he was drunk. I remember that happened. He just did an old school ass pinch.
Oh, God.
And Franco asked, I think, a second grader out.
Oh, no.
And he's going to like, how was I supposed to know how old she was? What happened is, like, he texted her, DM'd her or something, and then she just put it out there. It was like when he was doing Broadway, he was just meeting, like, young stars out front. He was like, let's get together. And they're like, well, I'm in a fucking playpen right now. What do you want me to do? Let's take another one of our breaks here, Chris. Is there something you want us to read?
Yes, a live read.
Oh, this is about HelloFresh. This is great. Next time you go to the grocery store, pay attention to how long it takes. Actually, don't waste your time. I'll tell you, too long. It's 2018. The days of going to the grocery store, battling for parking space, and searching high and low for some obscure ingredient are over.
It's time to say hello to HelloFresh, the meal kit delivery service that makes cooking healthy, delicious meals fun, easy, and convenient. Just go to HelloFresh.com, pick out the recipes you want, and they're delivered directly to your doorstep every week in a special insulated box, along with easy-to-follow step-by-step instructions and full-color pictures.
Each HelloFresh box includes fresh, seasonal ingredients that are perfectly portioned. No wondering if you have the right amount, and no waste. Just delicious meals that you can make in 30 minutes or less. And for limited time, you can get $30 off your first box when you go to HelloFresh.com/raw. Plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/raw for $30 off. HelloFresh.com/raw.
Bennington Show. Chris, drunk on Bennington, but will you be drunk on hot tea tomorrow?
I don't believe so. I think Vito will be hammering tea and slices. And I want to make sure he doesn't purge them out. I want him to digest those two pizzas.
I don't throw up, man. Bulldog Nation. Woof, woof, baby.
Well, very, very exciting. It's going to, one of them is going to eat 2 pizzas tomorrow. And really stupid fucking radio stunt that no one really cares about, even the people involved. But you did yell Bulldog Nation, woof, woof, as if that made any sense. I mean, that's as close to sports radio as we've ever come before. You know, we were talking about Black Mirror during the break, and, you know, everyone's always afraid of technology, but there is some technology that you have never heard of because it hasn't been invented yet that's probably going to make your older years a lot better. No one knows what it is yet, you know, but it's not like people in the 1930s when they were young were thinking, oh, when I get my 70s, I'll watch color TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you really think of the people who grew up with, you know, maybe a player piano being an unbelievable thing, and they had radio and TV and air conditioning and long distance telephones. I mean, imagine how fucking freaked out that they were.
Well, think about if all this stuff that seems kind of weird to us, like how do we feel about the idea of the smart home and all that kind of stuff? It's a little bit weird, but will it be cool? When you're an elderly person, it's going to promote independence for the elderly. The more that your home can do for you and communicate with you,
right,
the more likely you'll be able to live at home and not have a caretaker, or you'll have like a robot caretaker.
A robot caretaker, it's really taking care of yourself.
Right.
You know, you're just like, it's like having a electric wheelchair. Suddenly people are like, yeah, I'm fine.
I'm cruising around.
I used to stay home all the time. You know, now look at me. I'm out.
Like, that'll be the thing that people pat themselves on the back. Like, look, I bought her a robot caretaker. All right, I'm good to my mother.
Good to my mom. I check in with the robot every day to see if she's okay.
I check her vitals. The robot has all her vitals. She looks good.
You know, there are, and this came up with my great grandmother, right? When I was a kid, my father said to her, well, look, I mean, about her. She went from she was born before the Wright brothers, and she saw a person land on the moon. And you think, that's got to be the most amazing life in terms of technology changing things. But now, anybody from 10 years ago, like Ant said, what happened to the future? He said to me the other day, all we have is this stupid thing. And he points at his phone. This phone has disrupted every fucking business that's ever happened. It has changed the movie business, the television business, the music business, the newspaper, you name it. And it has fucking changed. You don't even have brokers on Wall Street anymore. You just sit and do it yourself. Travel agents are gone.
Like
you do it yourself.
The vast difference in the way it affected retail just in the last couple of years.
Yes.
I mean, a couple years ago we had Black Friday, and now we kind of don't. It's not a big deal, and the focus is on, I mean, just in the last couple of years, I have noticed the difference around the holidays of the packages that come in every day from my neighbors, that the last 2 months, it's been ridiculous, piled
like a
up.
Warehouse. You have a warehouse in your lobby.
Because everybody's doing online shopping. And that's just within the last couple of years. That was something that existed, but didn't really take off to the point of just messing that up completely.
Well, we just did the Hello Fresh, which seemed like a bizarre idea. And now most people are like, no, I order my food and it's delivered to my home and I don't go there. And then people are like, oh, I like to pick out the right lemon. Then you shouldn't be getting that product at a fucking supermarket anyway. You know what I mean? If you want to pick out a lemon, be better off to go to a farmer's market somewhere.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff that you go to a supermarket for, you don't need to be there. It could just be shipped to you. I remember when everyone was like, Amazon will never make it. I like going to a bookstore. Now Amazon and books, no one even brings it up that way. They were a book distribution company when they started.
Yeah, I was even the way that Amazon was to books, and everyone's like, I like going to bookstores, and then people did away with that, and then people, Kindle came out, and people were like, no, I like physical books, and now it just seems very comfortable. Like it took me a very long time to do it, and now I do buy things on the Kindle app on my iPad, and I never thought I would do that. Never thought, because I enjoy physically having a book, but you just adjust. You just are like, oh, this is the world around us, and you get used to wanting things quickly now, too.
I actually don't read as well as I do with backlighting. You know what I mean? So looking at a magazine is much harder than looking at a fucking iPad. So it wasn't like that before. Either my eyes are rotting out of my head, which is probably true, or I'm just so used to saying the written word now that is lit up and coming at me.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really weird, like the stuff that is creepy to you at first, and then you immediately adjust to it. Like, it doesn't take any time for something that is a bizarre technology. And I think that's really the weird thing that we're thinking about with AI and, that type of technology is it's only going to be weird to us for a little while. And what's going to be really weird is how quickly and comfortably we all adjust to having that as a major part of our life.
Well, this thing that we were talking about with Vito earlier in his kind of movie club, it seems like it couldn't make any sense. $10 a month. And you could see a movie a day. But the fact is, the movie business was probably going to, be the next thing that came crashing down. I just saw this with Star Wars. They were saying Jumanji was the biggest movie of all time, not to hit number one. And now it went to number one. It passed fucking Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
Jumanji must be the greatest movie ever made.
It must be so good.
I saw Jumanji and I saw Star Wars, and Jumanji was significantly better than Star Wars.
Was it better than the first Jumanji, though? Robin Williams Jumanji?
I don't know. The first Jumanji was probably a better film in all. This one relied heavily on joke. So Jack Black's character is actually like a girl inside of him, and there's a whole lot of jokes about how he's really into Nick Jonas. So it's Jack Black being like, "Ooh, Nick Jonas, like you're hot."
Is Nick Jonas even a thing anymore?
Yeah, no, he had like a song a few Macy's Thanksgiving Day parades ago. That's the last time I saw him
That's a
pop
long
up.
time in pop star life.
It's also a very funny way to measure time.
I remember I saw him on a parade a few years ago. I was like, Nick Jonas is back, huh?
Chad in Wisconsin.
Hey, Ronnie B.
Hey.
I had a great-grandmother that was born in 1897 and died in 2003. So she was there for the Wright brothers' flight and 9/11. Just amazing to think how much times and things have changed throughout her life.
I can't believe that you made that connection. The Wright brothers play and 9/11.
Yeah.
They had never intended that to happen.
Yeah.
No.
I was on stage talking the other night, and the audience pretty much turned on me during this. But I was bringing up to people about when do you become a real New Yorker, right?
Yeah.
At what point? People are like 5 years, 7 years. And I'm like, I think it's events. I think you have to be here. Either you see a terrorist attack take place, or you witness a bum take a shit in the street. And I go, for me, it was the same day. I go, I think I had the worst 9/11 of anyone. And they all did that new thing, like, ooh.
Are you owing because of the shit or the 9/11?
Oh, by the way, I didn't see a bum shit on 9/11. I thought the idea would be so obscure that we'd have a great fucking laugh about it.
But I actually agree with your premise that I think it is event based.
I think at a certain point you just start to become that way.
Yeah.
You know, they used to say you're not a New Yorker till you got mugged. But now if somebody got mugged, everyone's like, what?
Dear
How'd that happen?
Where were you?
It's like saying you got hit by a horse and buggy. I guess it can still happen, but it's rare.
I was watching that movie, The Last Action Hero. I'd never seen it before.
Great.
Great film. Very topical, by the way. You're bringing this up.
Is that 1993, like New York Times Square? Is that actually how it was?
Yes.
Okay, because that was blowing my mind that was only 93. And like his house, like a mugger broke into his fucking house, and then he was like all around Times Square with hookers everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
yes,
still
everything that you're saying is true.
Okay, I didn't know 93 was that recent. I thought like by the 90s it was more Disneyfied.
No, it was like maybe 99.
Yeah, it was very late.
Place.
Late 90s was kind of.
But even then, you could still probably get fucking killed.
Yeah, I think also late 90s that Times Square was Disneyfied, but you still had a little bit of seediness left on the outskirts. Like,
right.
I think that Hell's Kitchen still had some prostitutes, you know what I mean? And now it's kind of moved outward into being generally safe.
You really, Hell's Kitchen is straight gay.
Yeah.
It's just a very nice gay neighborhood now. Sean, Alabama.
Hey, Ronnie, I was on a music tangent the other day, and I was wondering who the lady was the front on the Supertramp Breakfast in America album.
Yes,
have you ever looked at that the way the 9/11 prediction was with the turn backwards and all that?
It was she was the Statue of Liberty. Put up the.
Have you looked at the way the it shows a plane coming into on 9/11 on the cover?
I don't see any plane here.
Oh, they're the plane. You're the we're in a plane's.
Oh, that's the looking out
window of a plane.
Yeah, but that's how you would come
into
New York.
Then if you look at the images when they're flipped. Well, have Pepper pull that up.
What is flipped?
Flip the image.
You invert. You'll see it if you look.
Oh, okay,
long enough.
so that's 9/11. Somebody is totally high. Someone is totally high who did this. I think this is probably the sloppiest tits ever to be on an album cover.
Ever to be photographed.
Yeah.
Who could even see the 9/11? How could you focus on anything but?
Who was looking at a mirror with the album that found this out?
Well, It could have even been taking a picture. Isn't that also flip when you take a picture?
Only, I think a self one, not a regular one. Regular pictures, I don't think don't flip.
Why would that be any different?
So if you take like a selfie on a phone, it's flip. But if you
It's
take a
mirror
regular
image.
photo, it's not mirror image.
Because then you're flipping to the other camera.
Yeah.
Like the front-facing camera is inverted, but like this camera is normal. So this will show true to life.
I don't understand any of it.
That's technology for you.
Have you noticed Chris hasn't been involved in anything for quite some time? You're stunned by this whole talk?
Well, I was thinking that like due to technology, not interacting with people has been very weird because when Seamless first started, I figured why wouldn't I just call the restaurant? Why do I need Seamless? But now I think it's insane to call a restaurant. I never do it, and it feels like it's just cutting me off more and more.
Yeah,
Cutting you off from what? You work here every day. You're not a shut-in, Chris.
Don't you have a girlfriend now?
It makes me feel like a shut-in not calling up the restaurant and like talking to the person just for a brief moment.
They would rather you didn't. They set this up.
It's convenient for them.
There's less
They don't like
mistakes.
the chit-chat either.
There used to be another company called Grubhub that was going to blow up at the same time as Seamless. I don't understand how Seamless took the reins because Grubhub gave you points for every dollar you spent. And
It's
you
not
would
a
get,
game to me.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
know,
no.
I don't like to get points for anything.
But you would get prizes. Like you get a gift
here's
card.
the thing.
Prizes.
Gift
Here's the
cards.
thing. When I'm ordering food, it's not like a happy thing. Like it's usually like I'm ordering a pizza really late. I shouldn't be eating this bad, but I am. I don't want points to remind me how often I do that.
Hey, you ate enough for us to give you a boat. That's how much. Yeah, that is true that no one orders food until they're fucking starving.
Yeah, I only order food when I have no option. I've never ordered a pizza in an appropriate amount of time. Like, I'm sure I'll be hungry in an hour. It's like, I'm hungry now. Why isn't my pizza in front of me? Also, my friend who I used to live with, a roommate of mine, she used to order on Seamless, and she used to get really upset because how often she would get multiple cutlery for her single order. She's like, every time they assume that I'm more than one person, and it gives her deep shame.
Yeah.
One time the guy got to my door and he went, "All this for one?" And I was like,
What did you order?
I ordered it. It was New Year's Day, and I ordered a bunch of Chinese food, and I ordered like probably $35 of Chinese food. And he gets there, and he just goes, "All this for you?" And I
How
was
did
like,
he know that it wasn't
Yeah,
someone
you
in the
don't know
other
that
room?
there's a surprise party
Oh,
around
'cause
the
you had
corner.
White Coke?
But he also did like a peek behind me, and then went, "All that for you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm hungry. It's New Year's Day. I just wanted dumplings, scallion pancakes."
He's not your mom. You
You
don't
don't need to explain yourself to him.
He made me feel like shit, and now I've never ordered from that place again. I go to a different Chinese place now.
I'm sure that guy's long gone.
See,
Why?
this is why we want to be cut off. Why? How long you want to fucking work delivering?
I don't know. Maybe he had a good thing going there. Maybe they had a points program for every delivery he
That's
made.
why he was so shocked he had never seen this in all his years of delivery.
Fucking Vito loves a points program.
Oh, a points program? Just sign me up.
Are you like one of those guys who, like, if a restaurant gives you like a punch card, you like have to make sure you get like the free?
I always take a punch card. There was a bar that I was a regular at in college because they had a point system where like if you got enough points, you could have a keg party, and that was like my dream for a year. And then they threw away the points card, and it was a fucking huge issue. But yeah, I love a points program. Pinkberry signed me up for that program. I used to like the Blockbuster
This is the kind of
Rewards.
shit that you need to go see a therapist for.
I like the idea that you're working towards something.
You're eating towards something, Vito. This is why you're 375.
But it's a good system.
It's not.
If I'm going to be gluttonous, at least
By
reward
the
me
way,
for
you
it.
notice he let me say 375? Like,
He didn't stop
You
you.
sounded
he
nice.
thinks I only weigh 375. Great.
Take the win.
He's like, this beard, lack of beard really thinned me out.
Dude, I'm so glad that you're shaving, man. It's so fucking good for you.
I got a new razor. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, you should be. You get a point system on that.
I find me a razor with a point
You're going to
system.
end up getting a fucking gel. If you buy 8 more razors, they'll give you a shaving gel.
God, God, I think that's so weird. I don't think I've ever got a punch card filled to
Me
actually
neither.
get a free thing.
Oh yeah, and then I'll offer to go for people so I can get a point from them.
Oh, you're so
That's sad.
weird. You're so weird.
I like, and then sometimes I don't even use the points. I just got a lot of points saved up at some places. I got a Dave & Buster's. I haven't been to Dave & Buster's.
I
in
was
3
somewhere
years.
the other day where I fucking threw my change back at them, my coins, and as I'm leaving, the guy yells, "But what am I supposed to do with it?" I had like 85 cents of change, and I don't want any of it. I don't.
You don't want it rattling around in
I
your
don't want to
pocket?
fucking just sit there. I'm not going to spend it anywhere. Just round it off. We're at the point now. Here's what's amazing to me. Because I don't like to pay with a credit card. I like to pay fucking cash so I know what I'm doing. Now, when I was a fucking kid, $100 bill was a big fucking deal. If you tried to hand somebody 100, they're like, "What the fuck?" You're looking through the light, whatever. And now fucking things are about 8 times more expensive than when I was a kid.
Yeah.
100 is still as big as we go. And if you hand someone 100, they're like, "What the fuck?" They're like, I'm paying you this for something that's $91. You shouldn't be amazed. They got $100 bill. But people still act weirded out by a $100 bill.
They still
like it's
do.
fucking 1979.
And if you work in food service or retail and they're so adamant, like you have to check it, and then if you fuck up and you take a fake one, they take it out of your paycheck.
That also should be illegal. The fucking dine and dash and taking out of your paycheck should be illegal.
Had that happen to me at a restaurant and they took it out of my paycheck. And when I was a kid and worked at a coffee shop, I took a fake bill and they took it out of my paycheck. How shitty is that?
That's fucking.
And it was
that's
packed.
crazy.
I was just getting tons of orders, so I'm like fucking.
Here's what's funny.
Making lattes and taking money. I'm not looking at fucking hundreds.
If you're driving for a living, right, and you hit somebody, they don't take that out of your paycheck, but they will take a fucking fake bill out. You're nuts, America. It's Trump versus Oprah. You're out of your mind.
I saw someone just saying, well, come on, it would be an improvement. Well, I think we can't measure it on that about Oprah.
Yeah, anything would be an improvement.
Yeah, of course.
I saw somebody say you want Oprah as president until she's calling in drone strikes, and then you don't like her anymore.
I don't like fucking anyone who calls in drone strikes. That's my thing.
Bad.
You've always been really anti-drone.
Look, we were just talking about shit that you can imagine. At no fucking point did we think, oh, the United States will be sending up these things and will be shooting people. You'll be a fighter pilot, but living in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
that happens.
Really strange. That's really, really weird.
That's fucking nuts. And they also said it takes any empathy away from the fighter pilot.
Yeah, because they're playing a video game at that point.
Mm. Yeah, they're playing a video game called Life.
Wasn't that on Arrested Development where he thought he was playing a video game and he was really killing people the whole time? Buster?
No, that was a fucking book. What was that book with the kids?
Ender's Game.
Yeah, you're thinking of Ender's Game.
Did you like the first episode of Black Mirror, which also is a take on a video game?
Yeah, I thought it was nice and silly.
Yeah.
You know?
It was entertaining and silly. I agree.
But you could
and very Twilight Zoney.
Yeah,
like with the punishments and things that he would do on people. It really reminded me of old school Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Not so much the TV show. That thing too, you could act like any icon lives. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing of it's like, does a movie game character have fucking feelings? Just because it's a DNA drip. That's like saying, oh, does your blood have fucking feelings?
Right.
It might, for all we know. Your blood might be like, hey, do you think there's anything outside of this?
Outside of being blood? No, dude. What's outside of blood? More blood. Do you think there's a blood heaven?
No, it's just blood.
You guys should see Osmosis Jones.
That is true. That's a good
He'll
question.
answer a lot of questions.
Not really. It's just ask a lot more questions. A cartoon can't fix things for you.
But yeah, you're right. aspects of your body. If you think about things that your body does, that it knows how to do, it just knows how to do certain things. It has survival instinct. Like your body, parts of your body, individual parts of your body have survival instinct.
Yeah.
So that is the need for not wanting death.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
It actually has, it defends. There's parts that defend against disease or anything else. So yeah, obviously stuff wants to, they even says like, they've shown like flowers that will be trying to get out of the way of trouble. You know what I mean? They try to lean away from trouble.
Trauma, yeah.
So when you're going like, oh, I only eat vegetables, you're still a sack of shit for doing that.
That vegetable didn't want your trouble.
Right. The only thing that you could eat properly, I guess, is sunlight. You can sit there with your tongue out and just eat sunlight. And even then, for all we know, those little waves might be mad. Somebody's going to eat 2 pizzas tomorrow.
I can't wait to watch Vito do this. It's going to be fucking great.
I think 1 pizza would have been enough for us even to say that.
No, 2. I mean, one is easily
Chris
doable.
normally eats
I've never seen a person eat a whole pizza by themselves.
Oh, you like okay? Since I've done it, I feel like it's already. But 2 is the real challenge. Vito can eat a whole pizza by himself.
He's just trying to scam 2 pizzas out of you.
Neither of you can eat 2 pizzas. I'm saying that now.
Yeah, I don't
Not
think
by yourself.
The way I look at it, if I were to be the pizza loser, I'd eat 1 full pizza right at the top of the show. I'd let it digest. And then once 2 p.m. comes around, that's a little 2-hour break. So the pizza's all digested, fucking scarf down, 6 slices, save the 2 last
Why
one
would
for
you give
around
him all this
2:45.
ideas?
Yeah, you're giving him strategy.
Doesn't matter because Bama's going to win. Because they're going to cover.
Because I know him anyway. He's going to, no matter what, he's going to try to eat all the pizzas up front until he gets
Is
too
that
full.
right, Chris?
I mean, when I've housed the whole pizza by myself, it went quick. Like it was in one sitting. Like not like picking out over the day. I'm like, I'm going to eat this whole pizza. Once you hit like slice 5, it's just like, got to finish it off
He's
now.
stopping at slice 11.
No fucking way. Is there an over and under now on the fucking pizza? This is a side bet?
Here's the thing. Your confidence makes me feel less confident that it's possible.
Yeah, because you're an idiot about everything.
Because I remember
you're always
once
wrong.
You looking at a block of soda bread with full confidence that you could finish it in a 3-hour show, and you didn't. It couldn't be done. It's a dense bread.
But like a fucking maniac, he starts yelling at us at the end. You try eating this much soda bread. Yeah. We never said we could. You fucking moron.
You're better than me.
It's like going to a concert and having a bad guitar player and then him going like this. I don't see any of you playing a guitar.
Makes sense to me.
It doesn't make sense, Chris. That's why you're stuck in this fucking place.
Look, it's not going to happen for me because he's going to have to eat the fucking pizza. Bama ain't going to lose.
That's not what we're discussing.
Now we're talking about just logic. Let's just pretend it is you. You do have to eat the pizza
I'll finish
tomorrow.
the 2 pizzas.
Toppings?
You couldn't even finish a fucking soda loaf.
This is different.
No, it isn't.
This is much less dense.
He looked at that soda bread with confidence. I would have sat there and went, I don't know about the soda bread for me, guys. But I'm telling you, with the
because you're a flip flopper. You don't have confidence in yourself.
That's not a flip flopper.
Flopper.
Where'd that soda bread come from anyway?
Maureen.
You want us to have her make up another 2 fucking loaves of soda bread?
No, that was a bad idea on my part, just in general.
All your ideas are bad.
And Chris is going to double up on slices. He's going to be layering. I'm telling. He's not going to do this the right way. He's going to fill himself up on soda.
Doesn't matter.
He's drinking tea.
Hot tea.
Well,
hot tea.
Doesn't tea
just undrinkable, basically.
Tea expands the stomach. This is an advantage for a real food eater.
One thing about Vito is he does seem like he looks down on Chris.
He does.
It's because he's a loser, Ron. That's
that doesn't
why.
make sense that I would look down on you because I'm a loser.
Why would a loser look down on anyone?
He couldn't call shit this weekend. He couldn't beat
I went
me in
2 and 2,
movie
just
trivia.
like you.
Sounds like you guys were tied this weekend.
I feel much better. He said, like, just to even say that the Panthers were going to win, just straight up, is just an insane thing to say.
Look, man, I saw Steph Curry was getting behind them, thinking about buying them, so I thought they're winners now.
Let me tell you something. It really did come down to that last drive. They could have easily won that game. I know we all feel like they got fucking killed, but no, I watched that game. And they kind of fell apart in the last minute But they were right there, a decent drive. They were 50 yards away from winning the game, and then sacked twice.
New Orleans made some bad play calling at the end. I mean, I was feeling great at the half, but yeah. So they got a couple of fucking garbage time touchdowns.
Now who's the flip flopper?
No, that wasn't garbage time. They were still in this. They were still in the garbage time means the game's over. They score, they win. Mike in North Carolina.
Oh, hey, Ronnie, I was wondering if they can eat half slices.
Takes us back away, right? I have a half slice.
Give me two.
Yeah, give me two and put them close together. Thanks. You have to have sodas? Okay, give me a 6-pack of that. That's 3 sodas. I bet people would dive. Well, would you ever go to, I forget what they're called, the little mini cupcake places?
Yeah.
All you're buying is less cupcake. Only women go there because women are like, that little thing's cute.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
And all you need is a bite anyway.
Right.
And the stores are so small.
But then they sell a whole big fucking crate of them.
Right.
And so you can just sit there and eat them small. They always say that women think that it doesn't add to their diet if they are in the kitchen eating.
Yes, that is a problem. I think that women tend to graze more than men,
Right.
and that's where we get into trouble. Now, you'll be like cooking and eating while you're cooking,
Right.
and then you'll like pass like some snacks and you'll just like have a couple. It's like you don't really think it counts. Like I think a woman thinks unless it's on a plate
Right.
in meal form.
I would like to say to a woman, if you blew a dude in the kitchen, are you cheating?
Doesn't count. That's the rule.
I'm cooking. I might as well just put his cock in my mouth.
Did it fall off the stove?
Oh my God. Fucking Oprah on every channel.
I can't believe that.
She fucking got a fake award that I guarantee you she's not even going to put in her living room.
How, like, what do you think her reaction is this today? Like, she's like, Stedman, should I do it? What do you think? Gail, are you in?
And you know what they're going to say? You got to do it. You're going to make the best president ever. If fucking Eric ends up running a campaign like Bannon,
Oh shit!
he's the guy that brought me in to this fucking company.
Really?
Is now managing her company. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's the guy who knew in Tampa. He was the fucking. I don't even know if he was the PD of a country station when I was in Tampa.
He's going to be the left Bannon.
Yeah, well, that means he's going to get cucked.
Get ready for a future cucking.
Yeah. The cucking is coming your way.
The cucking.
It
the
is
fucking.
I, President Oprah Winfrey.
Would we say President Winfrey or would we just go with President Oprah? I mean, she goes by
That's
Oprah.
a really good thing. No one ever calls her Winfrey.
Yeah.
President Winfrey, if I could talk to you for a moment, please. President Winfrey was my mother. Call her Oprah. It's Harpo spelled backwards. Now have a little taco time. Taco time. We're all going to do some taco time.
The funny thing is, when he called in and pointed that out, I'm like, this is no weirder than what we have.
No, it's no weirder.
It's no weirder than you're fired. It's just like, now this is going to be normal to us.
It's pitchmen.
Why?
Yeah. We might as well fucking bring in any pitchmen that we've ever had in our lives. It just doesn't matter anymore.
I would have really, if we're just doing TV stars, I would have liked to see Ricky Lake run. I've always been a Ricky fan.
I'd like to see Ricky Lake just get a TV show.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
China Beach.
What about Seacrest?
I'll say this. Seacrest, out.
His slogan will be Seacrest out, America in.
What about the slap chop guy? He was a good pitch man for a while.
Yeah, but what happened? Then he beat up a woman.
Beat up a hooker.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You mean the ShamWow guy?
Same dude.
Same guy.
But his bigger product was the ShamWow.
David in Iowa.
Everyone has a slap chop.
Yeah, hey, I was just wondering
if Oprah wins, would Stedman be called the first beard?
No, those two are very much in love. Very much in love.
Very intimate often.
Yeah,
Yes.
Gail would be the first lady.
Yes.
Oh my God! You should see the way they French kiss.
He could be just called a fucking chef, a chauffeur, because he's really not that involved in her life. Hey, Big Red, what's up?
Hey, man, if we're talking about electing TV people, personalities, we might as well put Springer in. He's at least held a public office.
Yeah, he has, and he's talking about going back and running again. And yeah, I mean, you used to at least have to go, hey, I want to be governor, and then I'll run. No more. Just go straight in. Straight from fucking hosting Survivor to being president of the United States.
Probst?
Yes, Jeff Probst. That guy could honestly survive any situation.
He's woke, too.
You saw how he handled that transgender situation.
And he's very hard on people when he finds out that they've been eating food that doesn't belong to them.
All CBS ballot, him and Julie Chen.
I like when he does this.
Ooh.
And for your tribe, I got nothing for you. See you tomorrow. It'll just be like, I'm looking down at you. You weren't able to fucking figure out a puzzle in the jungle.
I think he really takes this thing too seriously.
It rained on you all last night, and today you were bit by bugs. How's this?
And I don't think you've conducted yourself properly.
I, on the other hand, is sleeping on a yacht. And very, very well. I had bourbon last night. You sat outside getting ringworm. All right, we got to wrap this one up. Anything we need to plugs?
Ron will be performing with Rich Voss and Jim Florentine Friday, February 9th at 8 p.m. at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org for tickets. And Ron will be presenting Dan Perlman at Caroline's Breakout Series Tuesday, January 30th, 7:30 p.m., Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. Carolines.com for tickets.
I like to break up those two plugs in the future. I don't like the back-to-back plugs. Just starts to sound like a monotone laundry list. We'll be doing socks, underwear, shirts, pants. I get it. You're doing laundry. All right, Gail, anything you need to plug? You got Gail Meets Girls on this weekend?
I do, but we will announce later this week what the show will be. It's a brand new episode.
See you guys again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!